My wife and her male friend went on a trip and locked our daughter in the basement. Suddenly coming home disrupts my wife's plans. I met my wife, Yaqing, in college. We dated for 3 years, and right after graduation, I proposed to her. A year after our marriage, she gave birth to our lovely daughter, Miaomiao. After marriage, I worked hard, traveling day and night for business deals, all for the sake of providing a happy and stable life for my wife and daughter. However, the happy days I had hoped for were shattered by my wife's own actions. One day, I returned home early from a business trip, planning to surprise my wife and daughter. I brought them gifts, but when I opened the door, their house was eerily silent. Thinking that they must have gone out, I didn't think much of it and dialed my wife's number. Yaqing answered the phone with a sweet voice. "What's up, hubby? Missing me?" I smiled. "I'm back from the trip. Where are you and Miaomiao? Let's go out for a big dinner tonight." Upon hearing that I was back, Yaqing suddenly became flustered. I sensed something was wrong and asked in panic, "Where are you? Is everything okay?" She hesitated, unable to explain herself, but after I repeatedly pressed her, she finally said, "I went to Miaomiao Bay to see the meteor shower with friends yesterday. I'm on my way back now." I sighed with relief but couldn't help but scold her, "You should at least let me know when you're taking Miaomiao out." There was a brief pause, followed by a light cough from her. "I didn't bring Miaomiao with me." At first, I didn't think much of it. After all, Yaqing had stopped working after our marriage, and since my parents lived nearby, they often helped take care of Miaomiao. Yaqing often found herself bored at home, so she got into the habit of traveling. I felt guilty about my busy work schedule and didn't mind her having a hobby. But over the past 2 years, she had become increasingly obsessed. After meeting a so-called male best friend in a travel group, she started traveling with him nearly every month, sometimes 7 or 8 times. Though I felt uncomfortable, we had been together for 8 years, and I trusted her, so I didn't interfere too much. This month, due to my mom's illness, I asked Yaqing not to travel and to stay home with Miaomiao. She agreed, but just days later, she left Miaomiao with my parents and went out to play with her friends again. I thought to myself that when she got back, I would talk to her about this. Suppressing my dissatisfaction, I tried to sound gentle on the phone. "Drive carefully. I'm going to pick up Miaomiao from my parents." To my surprise, Yaqing's tone grew even more anxious. I didn't leave Miaomiao with my parents either. I furrowed my brows, trying to make sense of it. Since she no longer worked and had no other friends apart from a few travel companions, I wondered, who could she have left Miaomiao with? Just as I was about to ask more questions, Yaqing's next words struck me like a bolt of lightning. I locked Miaomiao in the wardrobe." "Yaqing, are you out of your mind?" I shouted, hanging up the phone, and rushed to the bedroom. The wardrobe door was locked from the outside. Trembling, I unlocked it. As I opened the door, I prayed it was just a joke. Inside, Miaomiao, just 4 years old, was curled up in the corner, her face streaked with tears, and there were yellow stains on her clothes, probably from vomit. I softly called out, "Miaomiao." She didn't move. Something was wrong, and I quickly scooped her into my arms. Miaomiao's face was pale, and I didn't know how long she had been unconscious. I rushed out of the house, driving her to the nearest hospital. After the doctor checked her, he looked at me reproachfully. "How could you let such a small child go without food for a day and night? She's dehydrated and in a coma. What kind of parent are you?" I looked at Miaomiao lying in the hospital bed, hooked up to an 4, and my heart felt like it was being torn apart. The doctor, seeing my distress, didn't say more, just gave some instructions and left the room. Soon after, Yaqing arrived, wearing high heels and rushing into the room, followed by her male best friend, Gong Jie. I couldn't hold back my anger as I glared at the two of them. Yaqing met my gaze but couldn't hide her guilt. She softly asked, "Hubby, is Miaomiao okay?" I didn't answer. I kept my eyes on Miaomiao in the bed. Yaqing, ignored by me, began to make excuses for herself. I didn't know it would turn out like this. I was planning to come back right after watching the meteor shower, but it got too late, and I accidentally fell asleep in the car. I couldn't take it anymore and yelled at her. "Yaqing, you locked Miaomiao in the wardrobe for a day and night, causing her dehydration and coma, just for a meteor shower. Do you even care about being a mother? Her eyes immediately filled with tears. Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do it on purpose. All you ever do is work. How many times have you taken care of Miaomiao? Now you're pretending to care. Gongjie also spoke up in a sarcastic tone. Yaqing usually takes care of Miaomiao, and now you're being so harsh over a small issue. It's really too much. With someone backing her up, Yaqing felt more aggrieved. She cried and stormed out of the room, Gongjie following her, soothing her in a low voice. I didn't want to look at them anymore, feeling exhausted, and buried my face in my hands. After Miaomiao finished her four, she finally woke up. I quietly asked her if she was hungry or wanted to eat. She stared at me for a long time before slowly shaking her head. At that moment, I was so caught up in my own pain and regret that I didn't notice anything strange about her. When we returned home, Yaqing had already gone to bed. I helped Miaomiao wash up and then told her to go back to her room to sleep. Miaomiao stood at the door of her room, motionless. I sensed something was wrong and went over to her. She was trembling all over, tears streaming down her face. I hugged her tightly, thinking she was just scared from being locked in the wardrobe for so long, and decided to let her sleep in the guest room with me for the night. The next morning, Yaqing woke up early and made breakfast. After thinking things over all night, I had calmed down and decided to wait until after breakfast to have a serious conversation with her. But when we sat down to eat, I noticed something was off with Miaomiao. Since she woke up, she hadn't said a word, and when I asked her to eat, she remained still, staring blankly out the window. Yaqing gently coaxed her several times, but Miaomiao remained unresponsive. Finally, Yaqing, unable to hold back anymore, slammed the chopsticks on the table. Miaomiao. Who are you giving attitude to? I've already apologized. What more do you want? Before I could stop her, Miaomiao suddenly let out a piercing scream, knocking all the bowls and chopsticks off the table. I rushed to hold her, terrified she might hurt herself. Chapter 2, He is my male best friend. Yaqing hid to the side, looking at Miaomiao with fear, muttering, why does she act like a crazy person? I didn't have time to scold her. I quickly took Miaomiao, who was in an abnormal state, back to the hospital. This time, we went to the psychiatric department. Based on the situation, it seems she was severely frightened, leading to a mental disorder which caused autism, the doctor explained while holding the report. Seeing our panicked expressions, she gently reassured us, parents don't need to worry too much. As long as she takes her medication on time, and you patiently accompany and guide her, the condition can be controlled. I finally breathed a sigh of relief, looking at Miaomiao in my arms, who appeared in a daze. After that, I reduced my working hours and went home to accompany Miaomiao every day after work. Miaomiao's condition visibly improved, and the frequency of her screaming and tantrums decreased a lot. However, at this time, Yaqing proposed going on a trip. Gongjie said there's a fireworks show in Yanju. I'm going with him later, and will be back in a few days. I was simply in disbelief. Miaomiao is still sick, and you're going on a trip with him. Is he more important than Miaomiao? Yaqing frowned slightly. Gongjie is my male best friend. Don't be so petty. He's just trying to help me relax since I've been feeling so stressed lately. Every time I had the slightest complaint about Gongjie, Yaqing would use this male best friend excuse to shut me up. I thought about how she had indeed been taking care of Miaomiao at home for the past few days, and I hadn't been considerate. I felt a pang of guilt and softened my tone to persuade her. How about this? Once Miaomiao's condition stabilizes, I'll take a few days off, and we can all go on a family trip together to relax, okay? But Yaqing continued packing her clothes without looking up. This illness won't get better anytime soon. She acts like a crazy person every day. I can't just stay with her all the time and have no time to breathe. Miaomiao is just sick. She needs you now. You're her mother. How can you leave her at a time like this? Yaqing seemed to be stung by my words and suddenly shouted. Why not? Usually. I've been taking care of this crazy person every day, and she hasn't improved at all. I'm fed up with this life. She'll never get better. I could no longer hold back my anger. Don't you dare call her crazy again. What right do you have to say that? If it weren't for you, how would Miaomiao be sick? Don't you feel any guilt? Yaqing sneered at me. See, you finally said what's on your mind. You just want to hold my mistake against me and tie me down for the rest of my life. Well, let me tell you, forget it. Usually, I want a divorce. I don't want to be dragged down by this little crazy person for the rest of my life. Miaomiao, who had been playing with toys in the living room, started screaming and crying again. I guess that our argument had triggered her, and I felt regretful. I looked at Fu Yaqing and coldly said, "Let us calm down for a bit." Fu Yaqing snorted, not even turning her head as she grabbed her suitcase and went out, not even sparing a glance at Miaomiao in the living room. After Fu Yaqing left, I took a month off to stay home and take care of Miaomiao. Miaomiao looked out the window every day, eagerly asking, "Dad, when will mommy come back?" Is it because Miaomiao was bad that mommy is angry? I patted her head, my eyes stinging. That evening, I opened Fu Yaqing's WeChat. Since she left, we hadn't been in touch for half a month. I sent her a few apologetic messages about my previous attitude, and after some thought, I composed a final message filled with tenderness. "Dear, when will you come home? Miaomiao misses you, and I miss you too." Soon, she replied with a message. Sorry, Yaqing is taking a bath. If you need anything, I'll pass it on to her later." Attached below the message was a photo. In the picture, a man was lying on a bed, only a towel wrapped around his lower half. The camera was aimed directly at a hotel bathroom, where steam covered the transparent glass, and the person taking a bath was unmistakably my wife of 8 years. In an instant, humiliation, anger, and pain surged within me. Fu Yaqing and I weren't even divorced yet, but she had already eagerly climbed into another man's bed, abandoning me and our daughter without a second thought. 8 years of love went down the drain. After seeing her true nature, my heart went completely cold. Such a woman, usually, would never want again. When Fu Yaqing returned, I went with her to the Civil Affairs Bureau to handle the divorce procedures. Fu Yaqing had originally wanted half of my assets, but I had already gathered evidence of her affair with Gong Jie, including the photo he sent to show off, proving she had cheated during our marriage. She had no choice but to leave with nothing. On the day we got the divorce certificate, Fu Yaqing came to their house to pack her things. I had told Miaomiao to stay in her room, but when she heard Fu Yaqing's voice, she still ran out. Her bright eyes instantly dulled as she saw Fu Yaqing pulling her suitcase out the door. She rushed over and hugged Fu Yaqing's legs, crying, "Mommy, please don't leave." Fu Yaqing looked annoyed, reaching down to pull her away. "I'm divorcing your dad. I have nothing to do with you, crazy girl, from now on." "Mommy, I'm sorry. I'll be good from now on. I won't get sick again. Please don't leave me." Miaomiao's cries tugged at my heart. She had done nothing wrong, yet she kept getting hurt by Fu Yaqing. I was about to go over and pick up Miaomiao when suddenly, Gong Jie's voice called from downstairs. In her panic, Fu Yaqing actually shoved Miaomiao violently to the ground. She looked down at Miaomiao with disgust and spat, "Go away. Crazy girl, stop clinging to me." After that, she grabbed her suitcase and quickly went downstairs. Miaomiao still tried to chase after her, stumbling to her feet. But she lost her balance and tumbled down the stairs. I was horrified and rushed to the door. Miaomiao's face was covered in blood, yet she still desperately begged Fu Yaqing not to leave. But Fu Yaqing simply walked past her, got in Gong Jie's car, and left without looking back. I thought Fu Yaqing was heartless because of her affair with Gong Jie. But I never imagined she could be so cruel to our own daughter, the child she had carried for 10 months. She couldn't even spare her a second glance. Heartbroken, I took the crying Miaomiao to the hospital to treat her wounds. After we arrived at the hospital, Miaomiao fell back into her silent state. Even when the doctor stitched up the wound on her head, she didn't make a sound. From the looks of it, the child's psychological trauma is much more severe than her physical injuries. "I suggest you take her to the psychiatric department for further observation," the doctor advised before packing up and leaving. No matter how I tried to comfort Miaomiao, she just sat silently on the bed, digging at the hangnails on her fingers until they bled. Seeing her shut herself off again, all I felt was heartache and frustration. At that moment, a knock came at the door of the hospital room. Chapter 3: You are not worthy of being a mother. A female doctor in a white coat walked in. She was wearing a pair of rimless glasses, with a smile on her face, and she exuded a gentle temperament. I looked at her and felt that she looked familiar. After thinking for a while, I remembered that she was Bai Ying, the attending physician when I took Miaomiao to the psychology department last time. Bai Yingjin greeted me and walked straight towards Miaomiao. She squatted down, looked Miaomiao in the eye, held her little hand, and smiled. Miaomiao, do you remember me? We met last time and I gave you bunny cookies. Miaomiao was stunned for a long while, and finally reacted, nodding hesitantly. Bai Ying's eyes were full of heartache, and she stroked her head gently in a gentle voice. I'm so glad Miaomiao still remembers me. Auntie, can you change your clothes first? Only then did I realize that Miaomiao's skirt was covered in dust, torn in several places, and there were several blood stains on the skirt. Miaomiao has loved cleanliness since she was young, but I, as her father, never noticed it. Seeing Miaomiao obediently go to the bathroom with her to change clothes, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. I went downstairs and bought some sweets that Miaomiao liked, and also bought a few drinks. When I returned to the ward, Miaomiao was already asleep on the bed, and Bai Ying was still guarding her by the bed. I put the bag down quietly and handed the drink to Bai Ying. Bai Ying took it and took me to the chair at the door of the ward and asked me what was going on. She frowned and her expression was obviously dissatisfied. I didn't care about anything else and told her everything that had happened recently. Since my parents were in poor health and I was afraid they would get anxious and irritated, I just said that we were getting a divorce because of emotional discord. Colleagues are full of intrigue and deception, and no one can truly confide in each other. After being depressed for a long time, there is finally someone I can pour out all my thoughts to, and my depression is relieved a little. Bai Ying didn't show any impatience. She listened to me quietly and sighed. I can't say much about you and your wife, but right now, Miaomiao is the one who's been hurt the most. From the conversation I just had with her, I learned that she thought it was because of her that her mother left, and the guilt she felt towards you has been tormenting her, forcing her to shut herself off again. She paused and continued. I think you can talk to her about her mother and let her know that her mother's departure was not caused by her, so as to alleviate her guilt. I was shocked and confused. In order to prevent Miaomiao from being disappointed in my role as a mother, I tried hard to maintain Fu Yaqing's image in front of her even though we were getting divorced. I didn't expect that my behavior would aggravate my daughter's condition. I thanked Bai Ying and carried Miaomiao back home. After Miaomiao woke up, I made her favorite wontons, but she didn't eat a single bite. I sighed, put down the spoon, and tried my best to explain to her in words that a 4-year-old could understand that Fu Yaqing left because she cheated on her husband and it had nothing to do with her. Later in the story, Miaomiao's little hand touched my face, and I realized that I had been crying without knowing when. Miaomiao also had tears in her eyes, and Wonuo shouted, "Daddy, don't cry." I hugged her tightly in my arms, feeling so heartbroken. I originally had a well-behaved and sensible daughter and a happy family, but everything was shattered because of two bitches Fu Yaqing and Gong Jie. I secretly swore that if I ever found the chance, I would make this couple pay the price. My 1-month vacation is over. Fortunately, after a few days of companionship, Miaomiao gradually became cheerful and smiled more often. I felt relieved and brought my parents home, asking them to help take care of Miaomiao, while I had to go back to the company to deal with the piled-up work. However, less than half a day later, I received a call from my mother. She said that Miaomiao had been crying since she woke up in the morning and so that I was not there, and no matter what I did, I couldn't comfort her. I have an extremely important meeting soon, which concerns the company's multi-million contract. If I rush back home now, the losses to the company will undoubtedly be devastating. In a hurry, I called Bai Ying. Since our last communication, I added Bai Ying's contact information. Sometimes I can ask her when I encounter problems, and Bai Ying always gives timely suggestions. This time was no exception. Bai Ying quickly answered the phone. What's wrong? Did something happen to Miaomiao? My heart warmed. Bai Ying is a good doctor. Her patience with Miaomiao is even greater than that of me as a father. I immediately told her the general situation, and then asked a little embarrassedly, I really can't get away. I want to ask if you can come to my house now to help Miaomiao with counseling, and the cost of the visit will be paid by me. Bai Ying burst out laughing. Sure, my consultation fee is not low, please send me the address. About 20 minutes later, the mother sent a photo of Bai Ying and Miaomiao playing with building blocks together. I looked at Miaomiao, who still had traces of tears on her face but was grinning at Bai Ying, and my heart softened. In the photo, only half of Bai Ying's face is shown, looking at Miaomiao tenderly. Her whole body is covered in the sun, emitting warmth and gentleness. My heart skipped a beat and I silently set the photo as my screensaver. Later, I booked by Ying for half-day consultations for a whole month. With her accompanying Miaomiao, I could finally work in the company with peace of mind. Half a month later, the contract was finally signed, and I invited the investors and all the employees to a nearby restaurant for a dinner to celebrate. After 3 rounds of drinking, I felt a little dizzy and hurriedly escaped by pretending to go to the toilet. After washing my face, I was afraid of being forced to drink more alcohol, so I went to the back garden on the 2nd floor of the restaurant to hang out. When I came in, I found that there was a wedding going on here. I wanted to leave quietly, but a familiar voice called me. Ji Yuzhe. I turned around and saw Fu Yaqing, wearing a white wedding dress, walking towards me arm in arm with Gong Jie. The glaring sight made my stomach churn. Fu Yaqing looked arrogant. If you had told me earlier that you wanted to come to my wedding, I would have sent you an invitation, and you wouldn't have had to sneak around and embarrass yourself. Gong Jie beside her also looked at me with a mocking expression. I spread my hands and smiled. Yes, we've seen so many people marrying each other, so dogs marrying each other should see the world. Gong Jie's face immediately turned gloomy, and he wanted to rush towards me with clenched fists. Fu Yaqing also had an ugly expression on her face, but she held Gong Jie tightly, shook her head at him, and then she sneered at me. You only show off with words. What? Aren't you a good father? You left the little crazy kid alone at home and ran away. How dare you blame me in the first place? As expected, as someone who has slept in the same bed with me for 8 years, she always knows where the knife will hurt me the most. I couldn't laugh anymore and stared at her coldly. Shut up, you are not worthy of mentioning Miaomiao. People like you are not worthy of being a mother. Chapter 4. After many years of companionship, I finally see my wife's true colors. The next second, Fu Yaqing burst into laughter and said proudly. I'm sorry, Ji Yuzhe. Actually, I've already fallen in love with Eji. If it weren't for our previous relationship, I would have divorced you a long time ago. This means that she had been hooking up with Gong Jie for a long time. No wonder she locked Miaomiao in the closet for a day and a night in order to go out with Gong Jie. It turned out that she had already had second thoughts and didn't care about what would happen to Miaomiao and me at all. I felt like I was going to vomit if I stayed for another second, and I really didn't want to look at this couple any longer. I turned around and was about to leave, but Gong Jie blocked my way. Brother Jiyu, now that you're here, stop pretending to leave. I know you can't bear to leave Qingqing, so just sit down and take a few more glances at her. I'm not that stingy. I was simply impressed by these 2 self-conceited fellows. Since they had brought it to me, I was about to start scolding them when Mr. Shang, the investor of my cooperation this time, came to the door. As soon as Gong Jie saw Mr. Shang, he immediately walked forward with a flattering look on his face. Boss Shang, you are finally here. I have been waiting for you for a long time and thought you would not come. Mr. Shang laughed with an awkward look on his face. He had just been drinking with us in the box, and now he came here probably to sober up like me. It seemed that he had completely forgotten about receiving Gong Jie's invitation. Mr. Shang glanced at Fu Yaqing and me, and he said, in confusion. Eh? As I recall, this isn't your wife. How come? In order to get closer to Mr. Shang, knowing that he was an emotional person, I had mentioned to him the 8 years of loving life between my wife and I, and showed him photos, so Mr. Shang had some impression of Fu Yaqing. Then he saw Fu Yaqing's wedding dress and Gong Jie's suit, and finally reacted. He slightly distanced himself from Gong Jie. This idiot Gong Jie knew nothing and kept chattering about wanting to move forward. I learned from him that he and Mr. Shang have also been discussing a collaboration recently, and it sounds like it's only a matter of time before it's finalized. I sneered in my heart, Gong Jie, our Gong Jie, you can't even figure out the client's personality, and yet you still want to do business. I walked up and explained to Mr. Shang with a smile. This lady and I divorced last month and are no longer husband and wife. She couldn't wait to marry Mr. Gong. I guess she was worried that she would be abandoned after a while. After all, a fickle woman won't stay for long. Gong Jie was surprised and proud. He didn't expect that I would take the initiative to bring up the matter of being cuckolded. Isn't this equivalent to admitting that I am a cuckold? He was so focused on feeling proud that he didn't notice that Mr. Shang's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot. I curled my lips and sneered. Half a year ago, Mr. Shang's wife had an affair with a gym coach, and the two had a very ugly divorce. Now that he already knows about Gong Jie and Fu Yarqing's bad deeds, how could he still cooperate with him? Mr. Shang ignored Gong Jie and invited me to leave with him. Seeing this, Gong Jie became a little anxious, thinking that I was trying to steal his business, and quickly started to slander me. Boss Shang, Ji Yuzhe is not a good person. He divorced my wife and even stalked us to our wedding. Who knows what he might be planning to do? Mr. Shang turned around and glared at him. Boss Ji Yu and I drank in the third floor box all night. How come you say I was the one who followed you to the wedding? If you put it that way, then I am also the one who followed you. Gong Jie then realized that he had said the wrong thing and was about to make amends, but Mr. Shang did not give him a chance. Mr. Gong, when it comes to cooperation, I consider the other party's character. I think we should discuss our cooperation further. After saying that, I followed him away, leaving Gong Jie and Fu Yarqing, who were covered in dust, standing there. After walking out of the garden, I let out some rage and started to thank Mr. Shang. Mr. Shang has been a big shot in the business world for half his life, so how could he not see through my little tricks? He was giving me face by not exposing me, and he even stood up for me. If I pretended to be ignorant, I would be really ignorant. Mr. Shang looked at me with a hint of admiration. Being brave enough to take responsibility is a quality a partner should have. He patted my shoulder and sighed. Alas, when you first told me about your wife, you could only think of her. At that time, I thought that a person who values feelings so much would not be bad at work, so I decided to cooperate with you. I didn't expect. Forget it, let's not talk about it. That woman is blind. Brother Ji Yu, your future will definitely be 1,000 times better than that Gong. I have high hopes for you. Work hard, and I will look for your cooperation in the future. I didn't expect that after all the twists and turns, I actually became brothers with the big guys in the business world. I really have to thank those two dogs. I smiled and saw Mr. Shang off to the car, and exchanged a few pleasantries with him. No matter how much I say, it's just polite talk. It still depends on the results of our cooperation to completely consolidate the bridge between him and me. After what happened, I didn't want to go back to the noisy box. I quietly went downstairs to pay the bill, and then took a taxi back home. There was only one light on in the room, and my parents had already gone to bed. I came to Miaomiao's room and pushed the door open quietly, only to see Yaqing telling a fairy tale softly. Miaomiao was sleeping soundly in her arms. When she saw me come in, she raised her finger and hushed me. I looked at the heartwarming scene in front of me, and my heart felt so warm that I almost burst into tears. Isn't this the kind of situation I pursue in my life? Yaqing gently put Miaomiao into the bed and tucked her in. Then leave the room with me. I felt a little embarrassed and scratched my head. I'm sorry, I was late for socializing tonight. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Yaqing smiled and shook her head. It's okay. I like Miaomiao very much. I am happy to be with her. Then she came close to me, sniffed, frowned and asked, "Why do you smell so much like alcohol? Did you drink a lot?" I wanted to shake my head and say it wasn't much, but looking at her worried look, I just said, softly. She asked me to sit on the sofa, and went to the kitchen to make me a cup of honey water. After asking for my towel, she wrung out a wet towel and put it on my forehead. I have never been taken care of like this before. In the past, even if I drank until I vomited at social events, Fu Yarqing was either not at home or just said a few words of concern. The wet towel was placed on my forehead, it felt cool, and even the corners of my eyes felt a little sore. I couldn't help myself and held Yaqing's hand. But I am not good at speaking, and after a long while, I couldn't say anything. Am I, a divorced man with children, really worthy of pursuing such a beautiful woman? Yaqing waited for a long time, and I only said, "I will pay you overtime later." There was a trace of disappointment in her eyes, and she smiled and said, "Sure, my overtime pay is not low." I smiled foolishly for a while, then I realized that I had been holding her hand tightly and she had not struggled to break free. Later I called a car to take her home, and even when I lay in bed, my heart was still pounding. I think I am in love with Yaqing. After making my feelings clear, I started trying to pursue Yaqing. Fortunately, she did not show any resistance, but every time when I was about to make it clear, she would show a hint of hesitation. I don't know what she is worried about, but I am willing to wait for the day when she opens her heart to me. Chapter 5. I like Aunt Yaqing. Until the end of the 1-month clinic, Bai Ying and I were still in an ambiguous stage. Her parents were extremely anxious. After a month of getting along with each other, they fell in love with Bai Ying from the bottom of their hearts. Because they were afraid that Bai Ying would be kidnapped by someone else, they gave me advice again and always tried to create some time for us to be alone. They always made me laugh and cry. Just today while having dinner, Miaomiao suddenly blurted out something. "Dad, Miaomiao is so lonely. It would be great if I had a new mother to accompany me. I think Aunt Bai Ying is a good fit." I looked at her with a frown on my face, and also noticed my parents giving her the thumbs up. I raised my hand and tapped her forehead. Miaomiao covered her head and mischievously threw herself into Bai Ying's arms to complain. With Bai Ying's company, she has obviously regained her former liveliness and cheerfulness, and I am very grateful to Bai Ying for this. After dinner, Bai Ying told me that Miaomiao had recovered and the half-day consultation I had been responsible for 1 month had also ended. When I heard her say she wouldn't come tomorrow, I couldn't think of any words to stop her. After hesitating for a long time, he asked her carefully, "What do you think of Miaomiao's suggestion just now?" She didn't respond to me and lowered her head to pick up the toys in her hands. I was afraid that she would hate me, so I quickly waved my hands. "I'm just kidding, don't be angry. I really like you, but I will never force you." She shook her head silently and looked up at me. "Ji Uzier, there is something I must explain to you. I may not be able to have children. Can you accept this?" I was stunned for a moment, then nodded quickly. "Of course, I like you as a person, not a reproductive machine." With tears in her eyes, she told me about her past. Bai Ying had a boyfriend when she was in college. They were very much in love at first, but she soon discovered that her boyfriend was extremely controlling and this kind of life suffocated her. Bai Ying resolutely proposed to break up, but she didn't expect that her boyfriend would lock her in a rental house and beat her every day. Fortunately, the classmates noticed the abnormality and called the police in time, and the police rescued Bai Ying. She was taken to the hospital for a checkup, and the doctor told her regretfully that due to the impact of gravity on her lower abdomen, her uterus and ovaries had been abnormally damaged, and she might never be able to get pregnant again in her lifetime. Bai Ying's parents took her boyfriend to court and he was sentenced to prison for assault. Bai Ying later dated several guys, but each of them broke up with her when they heard her say that she couldn't get pregnant, so it was difficult for Bai Ying to open her heart to accept others. After hearing this, I felt so heartbroken that I hugged Bai Ying tightly in my arms. Such a gentle and kind person has to go through so many unfair hardships. After making my feelings clear to Bai Ying, I formally proposed to her. I had already bought the ring and kept it at home. The moment the ring was put on, the 3 eavesdroppers ran out and cheered. Miaomiao threw herself into Bai Ying's arms and kept calling, "Mom, Mom." I was immersed in the warmth and sweetness, when at that moment the doorbell rang. I smiled and said I would go open the door. The door opened and my smile froze. Fu Yaqing, who was standing at the door, had bruises on her face and wounds all over her body. She looked at me pitifully and whispered, "As he." I frowned and looked behind her. "What are you doing here? Where's Gongjie?" Fu Yaqing burst into tears. "Gongjie is a beast. He actually hit me. As he, I was wrong. I missed you and Miaomiao." I sneered and said, "It's been less than a month since you got married and you've been abandoned. What did you do? You can't be caught cheating again, right?" Fu Yaqing's face was ugly, and she said timidly, "As he, don't say that to me, I really regret it." There was the sound of footsteps behind her and Miaomiao ran over. "Dad, what are you doing? You haven't told me where you're going to take Miaomiao to eat delicious food." When Fu Yaqing saw Miaomiao, her eyes lit up. "Miaomiao. It's Mommy. Mommy misses you so much. You must miss me too." Hearing this voice, Miaomiao stopped in her tracks, her face full of alertness. I stopped Fu Yaqing from entering the house. "You are not her mother. You said it at the beginning. You have no relationship with her anymore. Please don't try to get involved with her now." Fu Yaqing's voice was mournful. "As he. I know you blame me. It was all my fault before. I was so wrong, but now I have come to my senses and turned back. You can't bear to see Miaomiao without a mother, right? Her illness." I scolded her coldly. "She has recovered from her illness, so you don't need to worry about her. Please be sensible and leave my house immediately." Fu Yaqing no longer had any of her previous arrogance. She dragged her feet and waved at Miaomiao in a flattering manner. Miaomiao, come here. You said you loved Mom the most. You must want me to come back, right? Mom did something wrong and Dad is angry. Can you help Mom to beg for mercy? Miaomiao came over at this time. I turned around and saw Yaqing in the living room looking over here. I was about to stop her, but Miaomiao stood between me and Yaqing, looking up at her little face. I'm sorry, Auntie, I already have the best new mother, please don't call yourself my mother anymore. Yaqing's face turned pale and she pointed at Miaomiao in disbelief. How can you say something like that that hurts your mother's feelings? Is there someone teaching you this? She glared angrily at Yaqing in the living room. I held Miaomiao in my arms and looked at her coldly. When Miaomiao was sick, you kept calling her a psycho and hurt her feelings. How is that any different from stabbing her with a knife? I didn't want to talk to her anymore and was about to kick her out. She suddenly knelt down and hugged my legs. You can't chase me away. I only have Miaomiao. I really know I was wrong. I frowned in dissatisfaction and looked coldly at the person in front of me, thinking it was ridiculous. At this time, Yaqing came to my side. Usually, just have a good chat with her. I'm going back first. I was about to explain when she held my hand with a gentle look in her eyes. I believe you. I'll go back to the hospital first. There's a patient looking for me. She smiled and said goodbye to Miaomiao and left. I let Yaqing in with a cold face, and she started complaining after she sat down. It turned out that after divorcing me, Yaqing and Gongjie got married at lightning speed and lived together. But gradually, Yaqing discovered that her best friend Gongjie, who used to say sweet words to her and obey her in everything after marriage, had gradually changed. Not only did he begin to show impatience towards her, but he became more and more unscrupulous, and started going to various nightclubs and staying out drunk. Yaqing was unwilling to accept this and made trouble with Gongjie several times. Unexpectedly, what he got in return was a few slaps from Gongjie. I thought it would be over if I just endured it, but I didn't expect Gongjie to go even further and even brought the woman from the nightclub home. She was so angry that she demanded an explanation from Gongjie and made a big fuss, but who knew that what she got in return was beatings and kicks from Gongjie. Being beaten up by Gongjie was not the end of it. Yaqing was then thrown out of Gongjie's house. Chapter 6, Come Home to Provoke. In the past, if I saw Yaqing crying in front of me, I would hug her with heartache and comfort her in a low voice, but now I won't do that. I just let her wipe her tears in front of me. Okay, I've listened to you, and now that you've let out your anger, you can leave. I don't want my girlfriend to misunderstand me. I've already been very sympathetic in saying this. If it were any other man hearing that his ex-wife had dumped him, he would be in the miserable situation he is in now. This person wanted to open a bottle of champagne to celebrate, or to mock his ex-wife. But I don't feel like that. I just feel that I already have a new life and there is no need to rub salt into other people's wounds. After all, we were once husband and wife, and no matter what, she is Miaomiao's mother. Although Miaomiao does not acknowledge this mother of hers now, I cannot do that. When Yaqing heard me asking her to leave, she grabbed my hand and cried, looking at me pleadingly. I know I was wrong. I know how good you were to me before. I don't want to lose you again. I want to be with you again. Let's remarry. Even if it's for the sake of the child, we have to be together. As soon as I heard this, I understood that Yaqing was afraid that she didn't have enough influence on me, so she tried to pull the child to her side. There is no chance, and you can see how Miaomiao treats you. Don't use the child to do anything. I also believe that the child will live a happy life in the future. The best way for the two of us to get along is to be well on our own and not bother each other in the future. After saying that, I stood up. Yaqing suddenly knelt there and hugged my legs. Are you really not willing to give me another chance? Don't you really want the child to live a happier life? I will make it up to you and the child. Please give me another chance. I no longer believe what this woman says. Even if I didn't have my current girlfriend, I think my children and I would be able to live a happier life. On the contrary, letting Yaqing come back might bring harm to the child. I will never be able to get over the fact that she locked the child in the closet. If it weren't for this woman, the child would never have developed autism. I was able to communicate with this woman calmly, which shows that I have a good temper. Even if I go up and slap her twice now, it won't make up for the damage to the child's heart, so I don't bother to pay attention to her. I used my hands to forcibly pull away Fu Yaqing's hands that were grabbing my pants. The blisters on your feet are caused by walking alone. You have already made your choice. If you want to turn back now, there is no chance anymore. Hearing my cold words, Fu Yaqing covered her face and cried bitterly, but I didn't want to pay any attention to this woman anymore. I just opened the door and wanted her to leave. But Fu Yaqing refused to give in and continued to stand there, refusing to leave. It's no use for you to use this method. I don't have any feelings for you anymore. Continuing to pester me will only make me hate you more. Do you understand? The tone of my voice was so serious that Fu Yaqing couldn't help but tremble all over. She looked at me in disbelief with red eyes, but finally looked away with grievance. Think about it carefully. After she finished speaking, she turned and left. The next day I went out to do some work. When I came back, I found that Bai Ying's face looked strange. Bai Ying is not a particularly cheerful person, but she doesn't always have a gloomy face in front of everyone. What's wrong? Are you having any troubles? Tell me if you have any, don't keep it in your heart. Bai Ying shook her head and sat on the sofa angrily, which made me more certain that she was in a bad mood. I went over and put my arm around her shoulders. Did the child make you angry? I saw her shaking her head, so I continued to ask, you've been at home all day, what else could you be angry about? Bai Ying looked at me and pouted, it's all because of you. Your ex-wife is making trouble in our house again. I was a little surprised. I thought I had made everything clear yesterday, but I didn't expect Fu Yaqing to come again when I was not at home. What's the matter? Did she hurt you, or say something unpleasant? Tell me the truth, don't hide it from me. I held Bai Ying's hand and stared into her eyes. I had a guess in my mind, that is, Fu Yaqing must have said something very unpleasant, otherwise Bai Ying would not be angry. What else can you say? Of course you're saying that I'm shameless and stole someone else's husband and daughter. She also told me to get out right away. She is the mistress of this house and will definitely take you back. From Bai Ying's description, I could tell that Fu Yaqing did say very unpleasant things, and she also said a lot of provocative words. I really didn't expect that this woman had such a side. She had already made everything clear, but now she still refuses to let go. I don't want this woman to affect my current family. I held Bai Ying's hand and tried to comfort her, don't listen to her nonsense. No matter what, we are already together. Can't you feel my sincerity towards you? I thought you had explained everything to her clearly yesterday, but I didn't expect you to still don't understand. Bai Ying pouted. I scratched my head for a while and then quickly said something nice. That woman took the initiative to get close to me. You've seen my attitude. I only care about you now. I will never be with that woman again. Really? Bai Ying stared into my eyes. Of course it's true, I promise I have no intention of remarrying that woman. I'm not a fool. I can eat 100 beans without getting sick of the fishy smell. This woman has taught me a lesson. When Bai Ying heard what I said, she burst out laughing. I breathed a sigh of relief that I had finally coaxed her into submission. Otherwise, I really don't know what tricks to use, but I feel more and more annoyed with Yaqing in my heart. I really didn't expect that this woman could be so despicable and shameless. This was originally a matter between Fu Yaqing and me, and I have already made my attitude clear. After being abandoned by someone else, this woman wanted to poach someone else's man. This really makes me the backup plan during your window period. If the day really comes when she thinks there is someone who is better than me in financial resources and other aspects, I really doubt that she will abandon me without hesitation. No, it's not that I doubt this woman's true face, I have already seen through it, it's that this woman will definitely make such a choice. The reason why she chose me now is because my previous care and hard work to make money made this woman feel that I was stupid, and she could have good control over me. Chapter 7 Invitation Call. Since Fu Yaqing is looking for a backup, of course she wants to find a backup who will listen to her obediently. But this woman forgot that I am not a tool and I will not allow myself to be manipulated by this woman. I am a living person and I have my own feelings. How could I easily forgive someone who hurt me and my daughter? If I hadn't been so well-mannered, I would have had a falling out with this woman yesterday. I'll feel relieved once I've coaxed you into submission. Otherwise, I'm afraid you'll make me kneel on the washboard tonight. Seeing Bai Ying smile, I made another joke, which made me smile completely and she tapped my forehead with her hand. If you make the same mistake again, I'll make you kneel on the remote control. At this time Miaomiao wanted to run out and warn me again. From now on, women will be the ones making the decisions at home. If you dare not obey, we will both take care of you together. Miaomiao's words were a great help, making Bai Ying very happy. She held Miaomiao's face and kissed her. I am now completely relaxed, and the atmosphere at home has become peaceful again. In fact, I now have a feeling in my heart, that is, there must be a woman in the family, which makes life interesting. Although Fu Yaqing and I were married before, I always felt like I was alone at home. Whenever Fu Yaqing came back, she either complained of back pain or wanted to go somewhere else. Whenever she has some time, she just chats with that man and doesn't care about my feelings at all. So I didn't feel how warm home was at all. This is the home I want now. As I watched Miaomiao and Bai Ying smile so happily, the smile on my face became bigger and bigger. At this time, a phone call came in. I saw that the number was Fu Yaqing's. I hung up without hesitation. This woman just came to my house to cause trouble and now she calls me again. How can I possibly care about this woman again? But I didn't expect Fu Yaqing to call me again. I hung up again, and she called me 6 or 7 times in a row. Who called? What do you want? Why didn't you answer? I know that the best way for couples to get along with each other is to be as honest as possible, unless there is some well-intentioned concealment. That woman called me again. I don't want to answer it. It will make me upset. Bai Ying nodded to me with satisfaction, and then continued to advise me. Is there something wrong with her again? I think you should answer the phone. If you don't answer it, she will definitely keep calling. I saw that Bai Ying was not jealous, and I also felt very annoyed that Fu Yaqing kept calling me, so I picked up the phone. Before I could ask her what she wanted to do, she took the initiative to say on the phone, I'm drunk, can you come pick me up? I don't have time. My voice was cold. Please come and pick me up, otherwise I can't go back by myself. Fu Yaqing's voice was very pitiful, and I could even hear her crying. You came to my house and made a scene and you still want me to pick you up. What were you thinking? I was questioning Fu Yaqing, and she was crying and telling me. I am just too sad. I am just too unwilling to accept it. Why did I do something wrong? I should be with you. I know I was wrong. Can I apologize for what happened today? Please just come and pick me up. I'm at a bar near your house. Come over here, let's have a good chat, okay? As long as you come over, I will listen to you from now on. I hesitated a little. Fu Yaqing kept begging me on the other end of the phone. Finally, I had no choice but to reply to the phone. Okay, wait for me, I'll be there soon. I spoke quite loudly just now, so Bai Ying next to me also heard what I said. Now seeing that I was leaving and going to meet Fu Yaqing, Bai Ying didn't say anything, but just looked at me silently. Don't worry, I'll come back after I settle Fu Yaqing down. And I can also take this opportunity to explain things to her. Otherwise, I'm afraid she will come and disturb our lives again. I told Bai Ying honestly why I wanted to go there. It's up to you, go ahead and tell me anything you want. Bai Ying was obviously a little angry after hearing this. I comforted her with a few words and she flicked her sleeves and went back to the bedroom. I had no choice since I had already promised Fu Yaqing and was ready to make it clear. It would be inappropriate for me not to go now just because Bai Ying is angry. I could only put on my shoes and leave home. I went to the bar. Before I could see where Fu Yaqing was, I heard a noisy sound coming from not far away. Beautiful lady, let's have a drink. How about I treat you to a disco later? We are the most gentle to beautiful ladies. Yes, beautiful lady, did you see that? This is my eldest brother. His father runs a company and he himself is very rich. You will never lose out by being friends with my eldest brother. Several gangsters in fancy clothes were surrounding a woman. At this time, the woman raised her head and her body swayed. Get out of here. I don't want to be friends with you. Don't bother me. When the gangster heard that the beautiful woman refused, his expression suddenly turned ugly, and the big brother stared at the beautiful woman with a pout. Don't refuse a toast and then drink a forfeit. Don't blame us for being rude. Just because we are gentle to you doesn't mean we are the only ones who can be gentle. Get out. The woman grabbed a bottle and threw it on the ground. Oh, this beauty is quite hot, just the type my brother likes. Since she's so hot, let's take her out for a walk. The big brother said this and pulled the woman's sleeve. I have seen clearly that the woman sitting there being harassed is Fu Yaqing. I narrowed my eyes slightly. Although Fu Yaqing had done many things that were wrong to me, it did not mean that she could be insulted by other people. I rushed forward in 2 steps and pushed away the person who was pulling Fu Yaqing. What do you want to do? Hearing my question, the gangsters immediately got angry. Whose crotch was not fastened tightly and exposed you? Are you here to play the hero and save the damsel in distress? It's no use trying to bully us, and it's even worse to try to snatch women from us. Today I'm going to make you kneel down and beg for mercy. A gangster said this and tried to push me with his hand, but I grabbed his hand and twisted it violently. The gangster screamed like a pig being slaughtered and covered his wrist. At this time, Fu Yaqing was also awakened by the gangster's scream. Azhi, now that you are here, I knew you would come to save me. Chapter 8 Candid Photos. Fu Yaqing looked at the group of thugs and hugged my arm tightly. My husband is here, let's see what you can do. The attack I made just now was quite ruthless and it frightened a few thugs. Now when these people heard that the beautiful woman's husband had arrived, they no longer dared to make trouble. If this beauty was single, perhaps they would dare to be bold. But now that the real culprit is here, if they continue to make trouble, they will inevitably have to stay in jail for a few days. A gangster was unwilling to leave like this, and threatened me with gritted teeth. Just wait, this isn't over yet, don't let us see you again. If you don't leave now, I won't give you a chance to leave. Do you want to taste my fist and then go in and eat free meals for a few days? I was warning these hooligans and pointed at several surveillance cameras in the bar. The surveillance camera captured all the footage of you making trouble. This will be used as evidence when the time comes. The gangsters were scared because they might not be able to get the beauty if they continued to cause trouble, so they might as well change their target. Don't waste time talking to this guy, let's go. The big brother spoke, and the other gangsters followed him out of the bar. Maybe it was because Fu Yaqing was drunk, or maybe it was because she was very grateful for my behavior just now, she actually hugged my neck. Azhi, thank you, I knew you still care about me. Fu Yaqing wants to kiss me. I was unmoved. I pushed Fu Yaqing away and said in a cold voice, it's too noisy here. Let's find a quiet place. I don't know whether Fu Yaqing misunderstood my intention of looking for a quiet place, or whether she also felt that this place was not suitable for conversation. So she held my arm and walked outside with me. I tried to shake off her hand several times, but she held onto it tightly. I saw that she had drunk a little too much, so I didn't force her hands open. Fu Yaqing and I left the bar. I saw that there were not many people at the place on the corner, and there were a few chairs for rest, so I wanted to sit there. Fu Yaqing staggered against me, holding a cell phone in one hand. When I turned around and wasn't paying attention, I didn't expect that Fu Yaqing actually took a few photos secretly. Fu Yaqing and I went to the place I chose and sat down. I think we need to have a good talk. I've said it before, I have my own family now, and I don't want to be disturbed by others. If you come to disturb me and Bai Ying's life again, don't blame me for being rude. Fu Yaqing stared at me pitifully. Don't you really want me anymore? Do you really have the heart to separate me and my daughter? When I saw Fu Yaqing saying this with a sneer on her face, I really couldn't help it. I wanted to expose this woman's lies. If you care about your daughter, why would you lock her in the closet? If you care about your daughter, why would you run outside all day long? Fu Yaqing shook her head desperately to explain. I've already said that I was confused at the time, and I know I was wrong. I won't do this again in the future. Please give me a chance to make it up to you. I promise that I will be a good wife and a good mother in the future, and I will never travel again, okay? I shook my head and refused him firmly. It is impossible for the two of us to be together. I came to you today just to make this clear. Fu Yaqing was holding her cell phone and looking at it from time to time, but I didn't notice it. I'm just saying that if we don't bother each other in the future, maybe we can just be ordinary friends. If Fu Yaqing still wants to have other extravagant demands, she should give up this idea as soon as possible. When Fu Yaqing lowered her head, there was a complex look in her eyes, and then she sent the photo on her phone. Bai Ying heard her cell phone ringing at home, so she picked it up and saw a message. After seeing this message, she was slightly stunned and stared at the photo carefully. This photo shows a man and a woman. The woman is hugging the man's arm and seems to be resting her head on the man's shoulder. The two people seem to be very close. The woman was Fu Yaqing who came to their house to cause trouble today, and the man was self-evident. He told me that I had to talk to this woman and make everything clear, but he ended up being with her again behind my back. This kind of philandering man is not worthy of my trust. Since he has made his choice, there is no need for me to be with him anymore. Bai Ying felt like her heart was broken. She had treated this man sincerely, but she never expected that this man would repay her in this way. Bai Ying is a woman who is very loyal in love. She hopes that her other half can treat her well and be responsible for the family. She has already accepted the fact that the man has a child and has promised to treat the child well. The result of all these days of hard work is this photo today. She felt that she was not worthy at all. She was a silly woman who foolishly believed the man's lies. Bai Ying covered her face and cried. She never thought that her sincere efforts would be rewarded with such a result. After crying for a while, she picked up her phone. Although she was still a little conflicted, she finally made a choice and sent out an edited message. I was explaining things to Fu Yaqing when I heard a message on my phone. I was slightly stunned when I saw the content on it. Let's break up. At this moment, I was a little confused. I didn't know why Bai Ying wanted to break up. I thought she was jealous because I was going to meet Fu Yaqing before. Then he angrily said he wanted to break up. I have a certain understanding of Bai Ying's personality, and I think she is a considerate woman. Moreover, he wanted me and Fu Yaqing to explain everything clearly. Today I have the opportunity to make things clear, but the problem occurred on Bai Ying's side. Could it be that because Fu Yaqing took the initiative to come to her before, Bai Ying's mentality changed? In addition to what happened today between me and Fu Yaqing, Bai Ying doesn't want to be bothered by this anymore? I don't know if my guess is true, but some women are indeed afraid of trouble. Especially when it comes to emotional entanglements, this woman will make a decision immediately and decisively. Perhaps it was because of Fu Yaqing's appearance that Bai Ying became decisive. Chapter 9 Breakup. I wanted to find Bai Ying immediately to ask her clearly, but then I thought to myself that maybe Bai Ying no longer liked me. After all, I had such a suspicion before. I think we two should have a talk. I sent a message to Bai Ying. What are we talking about? Is there any need to talk? When I saw Bai Ying's reply, I immediately felt that Bai Ying was the kind of person who didn't like to be entangled in relationships, so she chose to break up. It was also possible that she just didn't like me and that's why she proposed the breakup. After all, Bai Ying was very dissatisfied when I left home, and we had a few arguments because I came to see Fu Yaqing. So I think it is very likely that after Bai Ying returned to the bedroom, she thought about it and made a decision in her heart, which was to break up with me. Since Bai Ying has chosen to break up, I don't want to make her worry anymore, not to mention that my current situation is a bit troublesome. Fu Yaqing has been pestering me all the time. Even when she was drunk she would keep making harassing phone calls to me. I am also worried that Fu Yaqing will harass Bai Ying again, which will affect Bai Ying's life. Rather than making two people suffer, I might as well bear it all myself, so I hesitated a little while holding the phone, but still sent a message back to Bai Ying. Okay, I respect your choice, let's break up. After sending this message, I sighed in my heart. In fact, I still couldn't bear to part with Bai Ying. After all, the days we spent together were very happy, and I think Bai Ying is much better than Fu Yaqing from every perspective. If I had thought before that Fu Yaqing was the right choice for my life. But since the divorce and then my contact with Bai Ying, I concluded that Bai Ying was the white moonlight in my heart. How I wish Bai Ying would call me or send me a message to explain the reason for the breakup. But Bai Ying did not send a message, instead Fu Yaqing came to pester her again. Please give me one more chance. I promise I will turn over a new leaf and say goodbye to my past self. I know I owe you and my daughter, and I'm willing to make amends. Can you bear to let me live alone? I came here today just to make things clear with Fu Yaqing, but I didn't expect that Bai Ying proposed to break up before things here were resolved. But my thoughts have not changed. Even if Bai Ying and I break up, I will not choose to be with Fu Yaqing. If she hadn't locked Miaomiao in the closet, maybe I would have chosen to forgive her, but I won't do that now. Okay, don't have any more expectations. I won't be with you. Haven't you heard of the saying that a broken mirror can't be mended and spilled water can't be healed? The current situation between the two of us is that it is difficult to mend our relationship. No matter what kind of life you live in the future, it has nothing to do with me. I just want to raise my daughter. After I finished speaking, I stood up and was about to leave, but Fu Yaqing suddenly came up to me, hugged my arm, and cried, saying to me, "Don't leave. I am the child's mother. Do you think I am worse than that woman? Besides, I have already said that I was wrong before, and I will definitely be a better person in the future." I shook my head. Actually, I wanted to say that a dog will always eat shit, but I felt that there was no need to say these words. After all, we were husband and wife before. We are separated now, but there is no need to say hurtful words to each other. Just make things clear. It's true that you are the child's mother. In the future, when you want to see the child or the child wants to see you, I won't stop you. But that has nothing to do with our relationship. From the moment we divorced, we no longer have any feelings for each other. I used my hand to push Fu Yaqing's hand away and left without hesitation. I wanted to make things clear before. I also thought that we are husband and wife after all, and it would not be good for Fu Yaqing to get into trouble in the bar. So after explaining everything clearly, just send her to the car. But just now I saw that she seemed to be sober now, and there was no problem for her to go home by herself. So I don't have to worry about that. And I was afraid that if I really sent the person home, what would I do if he continued to harass me? When I returned home and before opening the door, I felt a little conflicted. I didn't know whether Bai Ying had left or not. If Bai Ying didn't leave, what if my previous concerns affected Bai Ying? Let it be. If Bai Ying is willing to face this matter with me, then we can face it together. If Bai Ying really doesn't like me anymore and feels there's no need for us to be together, then we should just part ways amicably. I feel that there is no need for me to dwell on this issue. If I keep dwelling on it, it will only make me more distressed. It's okay to just make myself distressed. Chapter 10, Drunk at Midnight. It would be bad if it affected Bai Ying's life again. After all, the days we spent together were very happy, which made me experience the feeling of family. I don't want her to carry any psychological baggage or be affected by me in her future after we separate. In fact, I am a person who cares about others. If I don't have such a character, why would I work so hard to make money? Just to allow Fu Yaqing to go wherever she wants. If I wasn't a person who cared about others, how could I agree if Fu Yaqing said she was depressed and wanted to go out with her best friend? Although Fu Yaqing cheated on me, this doesn't prove that other women are bad people. Especially during the time that Bai Ying was by my side, I knew that she was a gentle and kind girl, so I instinctively thought about this girl in my heart. I opened the door, but Bai Ying was not in the living room. I quietly opened the bedroom door and found that Miaomiao was already asleep and Bai Ying was not in the bedroom. It seems like she's really gone, and she really doesn't like me anymore. I smiled bitterly and shook my head. If Bai Ying still cared about me, she would definitely wait for me to come back. I was sleeping in the middle of the night when I suddenly heard the phone ringing. I turned over and picked up the phone and saw that it was Bai Ying calling me. Did Bai Ying figure it out? She still thinks that we have been getting along very well during this period. Even if there are some difficulties, we should still try to solve them so that we can continue to be together. It would be great if she could change her mind. Just give me some time and I will be able to deal with the problem. My heart was filled with excitement, and I felt that I had said almost everything to Fu Yaqing today. If Fu Yaqing comes to harass Bai Ying again, I will definitely not be polite. If the other party is self-aware, he or she will not take the initiative to harass me. This means that Bai Ying and I still have a basis to be together. Although we may have to face some twists and turns and difficulties, as long as the feelings between us are real, what does it matter if we face these difficulties? I gave myself a very good excuse and reason in my heart. I couldn't wait to pick up the phone. A somewhat unfamiliar voice came from the other end of the phone. You are as he, Bai Ying's boyfriend, right? I am Bai Ying's friend. My heart skipped a beat when I heard this, and I anxiously asked the person on the other end of the phone. What's wrong? Did something happen to Bai Ying? The voice on the other end of the phone continued. Bai Ying was in a bad mood today, so I accompanied her to drink in the bar. Now Bai Ying is drunk and keeps shouting your name. I don't know what conflict you two had. But since Bai Ying still cares about you, I think no matter what the conflict is, it can be resolved. Bai Ying keeps calling for you to come over, so I think you need to come over. I was trying to understand what was happening, and I felt a little helpless. And I understand that this breakup is likely to cause great harm to Bai Ying. So it is possible that Bai Ying no longer likes me, but the feelings we had during the time we were together were real. Then can't you send Bai Ying home? It's already so late, and I did have a conflict with her. I didn't say directly that we had broken up, because Bai Ying could say that to her friends, but I couldn't say that for fear of hurting Bai Ying's self-esteem. Don't you like Bai Ying anymore? Don't hide it. I heard that the conflict between you two has escalated to the point of breaking up. I just want to ask you one question. Do you really care about Bai Ying? If you don't care, then just pretend I didn't say anything. I can send her home. If you two still want to stay together, then come here today. Don't forget that you are a man. If there is anything you dare not communicate with face to face, and there is any problem that cannot be solved face to face. I don't know which of Bai Ying's best friends this woman is, but she said it very straightforwardly, and I could feel from her words that she has a straightforward personality. Of course, if they were not really good friends, they would not call me. I replied helplessly. Then send me the address and I'll rush over right away. After hearing what I said on the phone, the woman on the other end responded with satisfaction and then hung up. I received the message before I finished putting on my clothes, so I quickly put on all my clothes and went to the bar according to the address. I pushed open the door of the private room mentioned in the message and saw Bai Ying sitting there, staggering, with a wine glass in her hand. I'm as he. In order to avoid any misunderstanding, I explained to the woman who was looking in my direction. This woman obviously had some complaints against me because of Bai Ying's matter. She stood up without even trying to explain or say hello to me, she just said something coldly. Okay, you two can communicate first. I'll give you time and space. I'll be back soon. After saying that, she opened the door of the box and left. Chapter 11, Open Heart. I sat on the sofa and asked Bai Ying with concern. Why do you drink so much? Bai Ying opened her eyes hazily, rubbed her eyes, and after confirming who was in front of her, she hugged my neck and cried. Tell me, why did you betray me? Do you know that you broke my heart? I was a little confused when I heard this, because it was Bai Ying who proposed the breakup first, and I thought Bai Ying didn't like me anymore. How come I am the traitor now? Wasn't it you who proposed the breakup? I just didn't want to drag you down, so I agreed. Besides, if you don't like me anymore, what's the point of me pestering you? When Bai Ying heard what I said, she cried and stared into my eyes. You lied. It's obviously you who betrayed me. It's obviously you who don't like me anymore. When did I ever say that I don't like you anymore? I was delighted when I heard this, knowing that there might be a misunderstanding between us, but I was still confused. I like you too, and I haven't betrayed you, why are you saying that? You still said. Bai Ying staggered to pick up the phone and check the message. Look at yourself. What else do you have to say? You two are hugging each other. Since you two want to remarry, then I won't delay you two. If I don't break up, what am I waiting for? When I heard Bai Ying's mumbling, I looked at the photo and suddenly I realized what had happened. After all, Fu Yaqing and I just met tonight, and looking at the background of the photo and what we were wearing, I recognized it right away. It was a photo of the two of us just coming out of the bar. When I saw the number from which the message was sent, I immediately understood that this was Fu Yaqing's doing. Listen to my explanation. Fu Yaqing was drunk at the time, so she came out holding my arm. Also, the angle of the photo was wrong. We are not as intimate as the photo shows, and we are not that close. If you don't believe me, go to the bar and check the surveillance. I explained that Fu Yaqing drank a lot and met some hooligans. After I chased the gangsters away, I just wanted to take them away first, and then explain everything between Fu Yaqing and me. So when Fu Yaqing hugged my arm, I struggled a few times but failed to get free, so I didn't continue struggling. Instead, I focused on leaving the bar first. You are telling the truth. It's not that you don't like me anymore. Is this just a misunderstanding? Or is Fu Yaqing deliberately trying to sow discord? Bai Ying forgot to cry and stared at me. I nodded gently. Of course it was a misunderstanding. I thought you didn't like me anymore. When Bai Ying heard this, she threw herself into my arms and hugged my neck. I like you, how could I not like you? In fact, I was a little surprised. I didn't expect such a misunderstanding to happen. But I also understand a little more about what I did to Yaqing. I think this woman has never thought of changing. Not only did she come to my house to make trouble, but she also used this method to try to separate Bai Ying and me. Now I just hate this woman even more and have no desire to remarry her. Bai Ying and I clarified the misunderstanding, and I saw that she had drunk a lot. Let's go home, okay? Stop drinking here. Hearing me asking in a negotiating tone, Yaqing nodded without hesitation, with a smile on her face, but the tears on her face had not yet dried. I asked Yaqing to call that friend first, and then the two of us left the bar and took a car back home. Yaqing took a shower, but still felt groggy, so I let her go to sleep first. But Yaqing drank too much and couldn't sleep. Instead, she was very noisy, so I had to take good care of Yaqing. I wiped her face with a towel, then took a basin and knocked on Yaqing's back, asking her to spit out some of the wine, which would make her feel a little better. I also made a bowl of sobering soup for Yaqing. Yaqing tossed and turned until midnight before she fell asleep. The next day, when Yaqing woke up and looked at me, she wanted to turn her head away and ignore me. I know this is still sulking, but I have been forgiven. After all, it was just a misunderstanding. I quickly took Yaqing's hand and made a promise. Don't worry, I will completely cut off my relationship with Fu Yaqing from now on. No matter what happens to her, I will never care about it again. I just want to live a good life with you from now on, and I also hope that guy won't come to disturb their lives. When Yaqing heard what I said, she turned around and burst out laughing. You must remember what you said. If you can't remember, I will settle the old and new accounts together. You want to ignore that woman, but she might pester you, so stay away from her next time you see her. I smiled and nodded in agreement. I finally coaxed Yaqing into submission, and then we cooked together. Chapter 12. I want to draw a line. In fact, I was not simply trying to coax Yaqing, but I had really made this decision in my heart. I really didn't want to have anything to do with Fu Yaqing anymore. There's no telling what kind of trouble such a vicious woman might cause, and I don't want myself and Yaqing to get hurt again. I originally thought that after I made things clear last time, Fu Yaqing would not bother me again. As a result, when I just got back from going out today, Fu Yaqing blocked my way again. What do you want to do? Didn't I already tell you? It's impossible for the two of us to be together. If you come to disturb my life again, I will be rude. And I already know about the last time you sent the photo, and I haven't settled the score with you yet. I brought up the incident again angrily. Instead of feeling embarrassed, Fu Yaqing pretended to look aggrieved. I did that not because I wanted to win you back, but because I wanted to show that woman that we are the best match. After all, we are an old married couple. Don't mention old couples. I feel sick. Have you ever fulfilled your responsibilities as a wife? I glared at Fu Yaqing. I feel really sad when you say that to me. Don't you have any feelings for me at all? Even if you don't have feelings for me, don't you have feelings for the baby in my belly? This is your child. I was stunned when I heard Fu Yaqing's words and asked back instinctively. What did you say? I'm pregnant, and it's your child. Just tell me whether you recognize the child or not. If you don't, I'll give birth to the child myself. Fu Yaqing looked at me and gently stroked her belly. You're not lying to me, are you up to something? Do you think you can use a child to get us back together? This woman has too many tricks and schemes, so I am a little skeptical about what she said. Why would I lie to you? Can I lie about my pregnancy? After all, the baby will be born in a few months. Fu Yaqing spoke so seriously that I couldn't help but wonder. Although I don't want to have any contact with Fu Yaqing anymore, now that such an accident has happened, I can't give up my child. Although Fu Yaqing said she wanted to give birth to the child, I suspected that if I ignored her, Fu Yaqing would most likely not abort the child. After all, it's a life. If this little life died before it was born because of me, I would feel guilty. But her sudden pregnancy at this point in time really caught me off guard. I lamented in my heart, why did it have to be at this time? Why do you say this is my child? Could it not be that man's child? Hearing my doubts, Fu Yaqing told me without hesitation how long she had been pregnant, so judging from the month, it must be my child. But I didn't dare to completely believe what this woman said, so I said to her, don't try to lie to me, do you dare to go to the hospital with me? Since you don't believe what I said, what's wrong with me going to the hospital with you? Anyway, this matter can't be faked. When I saw Fu Yaqing agreed without hesitation, I became more confused. Is this really my child? If so, I must be responsible for this child. No matter what, I am also the father of this child. But I can't raise a child for someone else, and I don't know if the hospital can test the child's DNA in advance. I don't want to be a scapegoat. If I raise the child and then find out that it is someone else's child, I really don't know what choice to make. I have to verify what this woman says before I can believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it now. Okay, wait for my message. I'll send you a message when I have time in the next 2 days, and we'll go to the hospital together. After saying that, I continued walking home. Okay, I'll wait for your news. Fu Yaqing shouted behind me. After I got home, I didn't tell Bai Ying about this, but kept it secret. I was worried that if Bai Ying knew about this, she would have all sorts of wild thoughts and think that Fu Yaqing and I have not completely cut off contact and must be secretly together again. That's why Fu Yaqing had another child. I'd better wait until this matter is settled before explaining it to Bai Ying. With the test report and the pregnancy cycle, it will be enough to prove that this is the child that I conceived before Fu Yaqing and I divorced. Today, after I contacted Fu Yaqing, I brought people to the hospital for a prenatal checkup and consultation. I knew you cared about me and the children. I heard that Fu Yaqing didn't pay attention to her, but continued to communicate with the doctor. I didn't expect that Bai Ying felt stomachache today, so she came to the hospital for a checkup. As a result, she happened to see Fu Yaqing and I having a prenatal checkup here. Bai Ying came up to me angrily and questioned me. You said it was completely over, what do you want to explain to me now? Chapter 13 Tell the Truth. I hesitated and didn't know how to explain. After all, this was like walking into a trap. If Bai Ying had only heard about this from someone else, perhaps I could have explained it more firmly. But now Bai Ying is blocking me here, and I'm afraid that Bai Ying won't believe my explanation. I was also afraid that my explanation would make Bai Ying feel that I was insincere. Bai Ying and I had just had a conflict, and I had to use a lot of effort to appease her. And now that something like this has happened, I really don't know what to do. So at this moment, I just felt like my brain had crashed. I really wish time could go back, even for just 1 minute. This will allow me to make a decision again. But the reality is not based on my imagination, but is presented nakedly in front of me. At this moment, there were 2 voices in my mind. One of the voices told me that if I didn't admit everything honestly, I might lose Bai Ying. And another voice told me that white-hearted deception is also a kind of love. If I tell the truth now, Bai Ying might leave in anger and won't listen to any of my explanations. Instead, he is using a delaying tactic now. As long as Bai Ying can calm down for the time being, there will be time to explain slowly later. Just when I was hesitating and didn't know which path to choose, Bai Ying's face was full of anger. She pulled my hand and stared into my eyes, questioning me. Do you still want to lie to me? I just want to know the truth. Is it that hard? I've already said it. I won't just walk away like before. You also know that I hate being deceived. Last time, we had a misunderstanding. This time, I am willing to give you a chance to explain. Don't you even want this chance? Bai Ying's meaning was very simple. If I didn't want this opportunity, she would also make a corresponding choice. After a fierce struggle between the 2 options in my mind, I finally felt that I should be more honest. Because one lie must be covered up with countless lies, and if any one of the lies is eventually exposed, it means that I have deceived Bai Ying with lies. I don't want to make this kind of mistake. What's more, this matter involves a woman named Fu Yaqing, and I'm not sure what she will say. So I should tell the truth so that Bai Ying can accept it. Even if Bai Ying is angry now, I can coax her slowly later. When it comes to emotional matters, sometimes a white-knuckled lie can be used, but the current situation is not suitable for such means. Tell me, how long do you want to wait? Do you still want to deceive me? Facing Bai Ying's questioning, I sighed softly, then held her hand and stared into her eyes. I don't want to deceive you, but do you believe that what I say is true? I am willing to be honest with you. When Bai Ying heard what I said, her breathing suddenly stopped. I could tell it in just that short second. Obviously Bai Ying had already anticipated that what I said might hurt her, otherwise I would not have made such advanced preparations. I don't know what kind of psychological preparation Bai Ying had, but she took a deep breath and nodded at me. You tell me, I can judge the truth myself, but I say again, I don't want to hear lies, and I don't want to be deceived. I know what she meant by saying this. After all, because of what happened before, we broke up that time. But in the end it was discovered to be a misunderstanding, and there was Fu Yaqing's conspiracy involved, which meant that Bai Ying was deceived. Now that this misunderstanding has been resolved, a new misunderstanding has arisen. Is this misunderstanding a deception or is it real? Bai Ying must be feeling very conflicted, which is why she stressed that I shouldn't tell lies. But I have already made up my mind. I nodded vigorously. Yaqing, I will tell you the truth. I promise that everything I say is true. Nothing has ever happened between Fu Yaqing and I since I was with you. But Fu Yaqing found me 2 days ago and said she was pregnant with my child. I really didn't know when she got pregnant. I noticed that Bai Ying had a conflicted expression, not knowing whether to comfort the other person first or continue talking. Finally, I gritted my teeth and decided to finish everything first and then communicate with Bai Ying. Otherwise, if we are only halfway through talking and have to continue talking later, it may cause some misunderstanding or even new conflicts. I had no choice but to bring Fu Yaqing here for a checkup. I wanted to see if she was really pregnant. I also wanted to know if the child was mine. I can completely cut off contact with Fu Yaqing, but I can't ignore the child. Hearing what I said, Bai Ying sneered, then shook her head at me in disappointment. Chapter 14 Breaking Up. Excuses are all excuses. Are you trying to rekindle your old feelings? Do you think having a child will make it hard for you to leave? Are you trying to tell me that if this child is really yours, you must compromise for the sake of the child? You don't have to say it, I already understand. I heard Bai Ying's words, and I remained silent because I didn't know what Bai Ying meant by compromise. If this child is mine, I really have to compromise, because I have just made my attitude clear. I can't possibly not want this child. But I will not compromise with Yaqing. I know what kind of person this woman is, and I will not be happy with her. How could I possibly rekindle an old love? So I would compromise, but not completely. I think this kind of compromise may cause harm to Bai Ying. After all, at this stage of Fu Yaqing's pregnancy, if she is sure that the child is mine, I can't avoid contact with her. After the child is born, there may be subsequent troubles due to fighting for the child, and raising the child also requires a certain amount of money as a basis. This will definitely have an impact on my life here. If Bai Ying lives with me, her quality of life will inevitably decline. You may even get very upset because of your children's affairs. After all, I am the father of this child, but Bai Ying is not the mother of this child. When Bai Ying saw that I was silent, the sneer on her face became more intense, and there was more disappointment in her eyes. I understand. I'm not a tactless person. Since you might abandon me, there's no need for me to keep pestering you. Since you have chosen your lifestyle, there is no need for me to be with you. Let's break up. Bai Ying said something that made me feel very heartbroken. I really didn't expect that this one thing would cause us to break up. If she really thinks that being with me is too stressful, or has other reasons for breaking up, I am willing to accept it for her sake. But the current reason is unacceptable to me, so I grabbed Bai Ying's hand and explained again. Listen to me, when did I ever say I was going to abandon you? Bai Ying angrily shook off my hand. Yeah, just because you haven't said it now doesn't mean you won't say it in the future. Do you want to make sure that the child is really yours before you break up? Who do you think I am? If that's the case, let's break up now and don't talk about the future anymore. After saying that, Bai Ying shook off my hand and turned away. In fact, Bai Ying was very heartbroken at this moment, but she tried her best not to cry. She just wanted to leave in a graceful manner, so that the man would know that she could live without him. I was hesitating in my heart. My idea was very simple. If I broke up with Bai Ying now, perhaps it would be like giving Bai Ying a relief. After all, I still don't know where my future will go, but if I were asked to give up this relationship like this, I would be reluctant to do so. After all, Bai Ying and I get along very well, and we have just resolved our misunderstandings. We both feel that we should cherish this relationship. However, I didn't expect that this relationship is facing collapse again. I was feeling some pain and confusion, and then Fu Yaqing came over and looked at me with a smile. I told you that you are not as good as your original wife in any way. Look at the woman you are dating now. She gets angry with you at every turn. What kind of woman is that? As long as you remarry me, I promise to be gentle to you, and I will definitely change my previous bad habits. Without waiting for Fu Yaqing to finish, I shouted angrily. Shut up. This situation is all caused by you. If it weren't for you, so many things would have happened. Fu Yaqing pretended to be aggrieved and pitiful in front of me. What are you talking about? What did I do? Would I have gotten pregnant if it wasn't because of you? And now you're still blaming me. I became even angrier when I heard this, and I pointed my finger at Fu Yaqing's nose. If you hadn't neglected your family and cheated on me, how could I have divorced you? If you hadn't made mistakes over and over again, how could I have divorced you? This is all your fault, but now you want me to bear the consequences. Why? Fu Yaqing saw that I was angry and wanted to come up and grab me, but I shook her hand off fiercely and turned around without hesitation to chase in the direction of Bai Ying. I have figured it out. This woman is the one I like most. I can't lose the woman I like because of a woman I hate. So I will fight for it no matter what, even if our life will be difficult in the future. Or there may be conflicts because of the possible existence of this child, but at least that is a matter for the future. And now I don't want to miss out on the happiness of the rest of my life. When Fu Yaqing saw me leaving, she was so angry that she stomped her feet behind me and yelled at me. Chapter 15. I don't want to lose you. You want that woman instead of me and the child. How can you be so cruel? Do you want to be an irresponsible father? I simply ignored Fu Yaqing and was too lazy to deal with a woman like this who only knew how to use schemes and tricks. Today I am even suspecting that after making an appointment with Fu Yaqing, she told Bai Ying the news, otherwise how could there be so many coincidences? We had just arrived at the obstetrics and gynecology department when Bai Ying arrived. But I had no evidence, so I had to catch up with Bai Ying and explain everything clearly. I chased to the elevator and pressed the down button desperately. This is a hospital, and a lot of people take the elevator every day. I saw that the elevator stopped at every other floor, and I couldn't wait any longer, so I started running down the stairs in the passage. I was afraid that by the time I got in the elevator and went downstairs to chase Bai Ying, it would be too late. If Bai Ying really disappears from my world, I will never have the chance to explain. The obstetric examination department was on the 16th floor. I ran all the way from the 16th floor to the first floor. I was so tired and out of breath, but I didn't dare to stop. I rushed towards the hospital gate again. I knew that Bai Ying would definitely go through this gate if she left. When I reached the gate, I really couldn't run anymore, so I walked along the street to see which direction Bai Ying was walking. At this time, I found that Bai Ying was walking forward slowly, looking a little confused. From the way Bai Ying wiped her eyes with her hands and shrugged her shoulders while walking, I knew that she must be in great pain at the moment, otherwise why would she cry while walking? I felt like my heart was broken. I didn't know why I let such a kind and gentle woman get hurt over and over again. I really don't know if I am still worthy of being a man, but I have to admit that all this is because of me. If I hadn't had any contact with Fu Yaqing, perhaps these misunderstandings would not have happened, but now this misunderstanding has happened. So I have an obligation to explain things clearly and make up for the mistakes I made. Although my legs felt sore, I still tried my best to run forward. Bai Ying, wait for me, listen to my explanation. I shouted with all my might, then held my waist. I felt like my lungs were about to explode and I couldn't run at all. But I also know that once I stop, my happiness will be gone. So when I saw that Bai Ying didn't stop, I didn't care whether Bai Ying didn't hear what I said or didn't want to stop after hearing it, I hurriedly chased after her again. Bai Ying now only knew how to cry sadly and didn't even know where she was going. Because it seemed as if the whole world had abandoned me in that instant. Now Bai Ying just wants to find a place to have a good cry. She walked forward along the road in a daze. Beep, beep, beep. A car horn was heard from behind, and Bai Ying turned her head instinctively, but it was too late to brake. Seeing that the car was about to hit Bai Ying, I used up all the remaining strength in my body, rushed forward and pulled Bai Ying back. Even after pulling Bai Ying back, I fell to the ground all of a sudden. Bai Ying finally came to her senses and hurriedly supported me, asking me with concern. How are you? Are you in pain? I looked at Bai Ying, who was crying her face off, but still cared about me. In just that instant, I realized how much I cared about Bai Ying. I just exploded with all my might. And I have already thought about it. Even if I get hit by a car, I can't let anything happen to Bai Ying. Fortunately, I just fell and Bai Ying was fine. I got up from the ground first, with some bruises on my hands. I frowned slightly, only now realizing how painful the fall was, and the fatigue was rising all over my body. Are you okay? As long as you're okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal for a grown man like me to fall down. Bai Ying saw the scratches on my hands and quickly pulled my hand, looking a little uncomfortable. You said it was nothing, but you've broken your skin. Go find a place to wash it and I'll apply some medicine on you. Bai Ying looked around for a place to wash her hands, and then looked for a pharmacy. It's not available here. Let's go back to the hospital first. Bai Ying held my arm. I was very touched by Bai Ying's concern for me. At this moment, I also knew that Bai Ying had deep feelings for me. Since we both have feelings for each other, why should we separate? I don't care about my injuries, and I don't pay attention to my pain. I held Bai Ying's hand and explained. Can you give me some time? I will take care of everything. This happened so suddenly that I was not prepared at all. Now I don't know how to deal with it. But, I know I don't want to lose you. Chapter 16. Give me time. I don't like Fu Yaqing anymore, and that's enough. Bai Ying was slightly moved when she heard what I said. But she still didn't say anything. She was so concerned about me that she forgot that we had both broken up. And Bai Ying left the hospital because she was sad. Don't worry, I will handle this matter well. Regardless of whether the child is mine or not, I will give you an explanation, and I will not develop feelings for Fu Yaqing. Because the person I care about most right now is you. I know how good you are to me, and I also know that I don't want to lose you. I said this very frankly, because if I wasn't frank now, I would have no chance. Bai Ying stared at me with a little hesitation. But in the end I saw Bai Ying holding my hand tightly. I am willing to give you a chance. I hope what you said is true. I can't bear to part with you, but I don't like being deceived. When I heard that Bai Ying was finally willing to forgive me, I nodded excitedly. Don't worry, I will take care of everything after the examination. I don't know the result yet, so I don't know how to deal with it. What I am saying now is the truth. If Fu Yaqing cheated on me, it would be very simple. I just have to never have any contact with this woman again. Anyway, even if Fu Yaqing gives birth to a few more children in the future, it has nothing to do with me. Even if this woman comes to me again and pretends to be pitiful, I will not sympathize with her. If Fu Yaqing is pregnant, and DNA testing can show that the child is not mine, then I can still use the method I just thought of. If Fu Yaqing gets pregnant and the child is mine, then I will need to think about it carefully. This situation is the most complicated and troublesome one, and I haven't figured out how to deal with it yet. But I am sure in my heart that no matter what happens, I definitely don't want to lose Bai Ying. Bai Ying and I returned to the hospital. She carefully washed my wound in the bathroom and then went to get me some medicine. She helped me apply the ointment on the wound and asked me questions carefully. How is it? Does it hurt? If it hurts, tell me and I'll be gentler. I smiled and shook my head. Now my eyes are full of happiness. As long as I can be with Bai Ying, I can endure the pain. Look at you, you silly guy, why are you always staring at me? Bai Ying gave me a cold look. It's so nice to be with you. Hearing what I said, Bai Ying smiled sweetly and her face turned slightly red. Although we usually say some intimate words to each other when we are together, this simple sentence today has a different meaning. After all, we have experienced a lot of twists and turns in the past 2 days, and finally we are together, so this is what I really think and my sincere emotion. Bai Ying helped me treat my wound and helped me walk outside. My legs are very sore now, and they still hurt from the fall I just had. Bai Ying also knew that I ran down from the 16th floor and then chased me all the way out. Looking at my current state, he said something reproachful to me. I'll let you make me angry next time. If you make me angry again, I'll make you run down from the highest floor. I smiled, grabbed Bai Ying's hand, and slowly walked outside. As long as I can get you back, it doesn't matter even if I have to run down from the highest floor. When you pulled me that way, didn't you think that you might get hit by a car? Don't be so stupid again in the future. Bai Ying recalled the thrilling scene before. She was only concerned about me at the time, so she didn't consider how dangerous the scene was. Now that my wound has been treated, we are going to go home. Bai Ying then felt a little scared. I've said before that I will keep you safe. Even if it costs me my life, I'm willing to protect you. I mean it. Hearing what I said, Bai Ying's smile became even more intense. She could tell that I meant what I said and that I did it. I hope you can keep doing this, and don't change your mind one day and want to protect another woman. Bai Ying's words had a hidden meaning, so I quickly nodded in assurance. Don't worry, how could I change my mind? Today I already know what I'm thinking. The person I care about most is you. The two of us came out of the hospital and found a car to go home. After returning home, Bai Ying asked me to rest and then put my dirty clothes into the washing machine to wash. I thought this storm was over. But I didn't expect that something even more disgusting was waiting for me. In fact, I have long known that Fu Yaqing is a despicable woman. But because I saved the relationship between Bai Ying and I became a little too proud of myself. I also overlooked what Fu Yaqing would do in this. It was because of this negligence that the following events happened. Chapter 17 Phone Show-Off. The next day, Fu Yaqing called Bai Ying. Don't you think you're beautiful at home? I'm telling you, don't think that man really likes you. This man is by my side now. Do you want me to send you a photo? I guess there's no need. You can come whenever you want. He and I are doing the prenatal checkup. There was a hint of boasting in Fu Yaqing's tone, and she obviously thought that she could anger Bai Ying in this way. Of course, she didn't have much time. As soon as he comes out, she will have to hang up the phone quickly. The reason why I called now was that I wanted Bai Ying to come to the scene to take a look, because going to the hospital would continue to make Bai Ying angry. Bai Ying was not angry at all when she heard the other party showing off to her. Because we had already communicated yesterday, now I just think this woman is so annoying. She keeps using one trick after another, and she is just trying to break up my current family. I see. What else do you want to say? Do you want to tell me that he cares about you now? Should I congratulate you? Fu Yaqing was a little surprised to hear Bai Ying's indifferent response on the phone, so she deliberately said a few more words. Don't hold it in if you're angry. Anyway, I know that he and I are doing well together, and you will definitely be angry too. Don't worry, you'll get used to it in a few months. When my baby is born, I'll definitely treat you to a full moon banquet. Bai Ying remained calm on the phone. You can show off again someday. It's hard to say what will happen to the children of a woman like you. Of course I don't mean to curse you, I'm just telling the truth. This indifferent response made Fu Yaqing feel speechless, but she was also angry in her heart. She used even more provocative words to provoke Bai Ying. Once my child is confirmed to be safe, he will take care of me every day. Don't have any sweet dreams then. I advise you to give up my place to me right away, and don't wait until I drive you away. I don't want you to affect my mood and that of my child. Bai Ying still responded calmly when she heard this. You are definitely not the one who can make me leave this house, because you are not qualified yet. If you really want me to leave, why don't you think of other ways? Your two tricks can't irritate me. Fu Yaqing almost went crazy when she heard this. I originally thought that I could definitely make Bai Ying angry, and then if I tried harder, maybe I could get the man back. But she never expected that the other party would behave so indifferently, as if she really didn't care about her relationship with this man. I saw Fu Yaqing walking out and talking on the phone, so I asked. Have you finished your inspection? I saw Fu Yaqing hung up the phone in a panic, but I thought Fu Yaqing might have called that so-called best friend. So I didn't care. After all, I had already divorced her and it was her freedom to call whoever she wanted. As long as it doesn't affect my life, I won't interfere. On the contrary, if I continue to ask, it might cause her misunderstanding. I don't want her to think that I still have fantasies about her. If it weren't for this child, I might not even want to pay attention to her. After the examination, we'll just wait for the results. You can sit down and rest for a while. I feel a little tired too. As she spoke, Fu Yaqing sat down and tried to pull me to her side, but I deliberately kept a certain distance from her. She had previously sent Bai Ying a photo of him and I coming out of the bar. This led to the subsequent misunderstanding. Now of course I have to pay attention to these things. Let's wait for the results to come out. I've also consulted a doctor. The child is too young to do a DNA test. I hope you don't lie to me, otherwise you will suffer the consequences. And even if we have this child, we can't be together. I specifically emphasized this matter because I wanted to remind Fu Yaqing not to have any more fantasies and not to do anything weird. Fu Yaqing looked at me pitifully. I know, but please don't say that, okay? It makes me sad when you say that, and you know that being sad during pregnancy may cause other complications. You don't want anything to happen to me, do you? You don't want anything to happen to the child, do you? I remained silent when I heard this. I have no right to interfere with whether this woman has any problems or not, but I really don't want anything to happen to the child. At least I don't want anything to happen to this child until I confirm that he is not mine. In fact, I was also conflicted about this before, and I was thinking about aborting the child. But then I thought that I was the father of this child, and this child had come into this world and could not be strangled by me. After waiting for 2 hours in the hospital, I got the test results. I can't tell anything else now, except whether the child is healthy. Chapter 18 Results. Moreover, Fu Yaqing is not obviously pregnant yet, so this only proves that the baby is not too old. From the examination report, I can see that Fu Yaqing is indeed pregnant. So, all I can do next is wait temporarily. Let's go. The test results are out. According to the doctor, next month will be the time for the second checkup. After I finished speaking, I stood up and was about to walk outside. Fu Yaqing followed me and emphasized another sentence. That's the longest checkup period, the doctor said. If you don't feel well, you should come for a checkup at any time. I don't have anyone to take care of me. You can't bear to let me come here for a checkup alone when I'm not feeling well. I was a little speechless, but what Fu Yaqing said did make sense. Even though she and I have irreconcilable conflicts, it has nothing to do with a child. I could only nod helplessly. Please contact me in advance when you need an inspection, but I may not always be available. Fu Yaqing also knew that I had work to deal with, and she didn't care about it, but told me frankly. Then try to come with me when you have time. Anyway, it will be inconvenient in a few months when my belly gets bigger. I really don't understand why this woman keeps pestering me. But because the child was in this woman's belly, I had no choice but to nod and agree. The next few days were very uneventful. I asked Bai Ying and Fu Yaqing if they came to look for work again. This woman called me, but I'm not angry at all. She is just provoking me. It is enough for me to know that your heart is on my side. When I heard Bai Ying say this, I smiled and nodded. I think this is the mentality we should have. Otherwise, there will definitely be conflicts between the two of us. Don't worry, give me some time, I will handle this matter. In a few months, it will be possible to test the DNA based on the child's condition. I didn't want to hide anything from Bai Ying now, so I told her the truth. Bai Ying understood what I was thinking and nodded slightly. In fact, I didn't know that Fu Yaqing had already called Bai Ying twice to provoke her. The next day, I went to work as usual, and Fu Yaqing came over specifically to provoke Bai Ying. Oh, you're quite thoughtful. You knew I was off work today, yet you came here specially. It was hard to tell whether Bai Ying's expression was happy or sad. Fu Yaqing gently stroked her belly like a kind mother. Even though his belly wasn't noticeably bulging, he still did this movement. In fact, she was just using actions to show off the baby in her belly to Bai Ying. How dare you shamelessly occupy my home? I have to stay here for a few days to take care of my baby. If you don't leave, I'll have to ask someone to ask you to leave. Hearing Fu Yaqing's provocation, Bai Ying sneered. I've already told you that you are not the one who can make me leave this house. If you have the guts, let Asi say this to me. Fu Yaqing suddenly became agitated. You slut, you took advantage of the conflict between my husband and me and seduced my husband, and now you're staying in my house and won't leave. Bai Ying knew the whole story, so she sneered. Is that really the case? If so, why don't we get all the neighbors out and let us judge for ourselves? I want to see how you and Asi quarrel, and how you two get divorced. Fu Yaqing felt like someone was strangling her neck, because it was indeed her mistake that led to the divorce. And now if I let other people come out and listen, it would be like exposing my own scars in front of everyone. Fu Yaqing had to find an excuse first. We just had a misunderstanding and got angry with each other, so we got divorced, but that's not a reason for you to take advantage of us. Really? Was there a misunderstanding between you two, or was there a misunderstanding between you and your male best friend, so now you've been dumped and have no choice but to come back here? Bai Ying continued to touch Fu Yaqing's scar without hesitation, because this kind of woman was not worthy of her calm communication. Do you think the man you dumped will fall back into your arms? Do you think as he is still the same bootlicker he was before? Bai Ying's words made Fu Yaqing tremble with anger again. You bitch, what happened between me and as he has nothing to do with you, get out of my house now. Fu Yaqing had an idea, which was to fight with Bai Ying and then fall down at the same time. This way, the other party can be sent to jail, and even if this effect is not achieved, other purposes can be achieved. I have to say that Fu Yaqing is quite insidious and wants to maximize the value of the baby in her belly. But she overlooked one fact. That's because of the mischief she's been doing during this period, and the frequent provocations. She has already made Bai Ying on guard. Chapter 19 Provocation. Seeing Fu Yaqing coming up with her arms and legs bared, Bai Ying just did the simplest two moves. He took 2 steps back and then slammed the door shut. Bai Ying said something to Fu Yaqing through the door. This is no longer your home. If you continue to make trouble, I will have to call the police. And when all the neighbors come out, we can ask them to judge the situation and see why you, a woman, came back again. After hearing this, Fu Yaqing no longer dared to bang on the door. Because if it really went to the police station, she would just end up embarrassing herself. Fu Yaqing could only grit her teeth and curse a few more times at the door, then turned and left. In the next few days, Fu Yaqing occasionally sent provocative text messages to Bai Ying, but ultimately received no response from the other party. Bai Ying needs to go to the hospital today for work reasons. She had just finished her work and was about to leave the hospital. Well, Bai Ying found a familiar figure standing in the obstetric examination department. When she looked carefully, she found that it was Fu Yaqing who came for another prenatal checkup. Originally Bai Ying was still searching for another figure. But a young man was seen standing next to Fu Yaqing. Bai Ying was confused. After all, Fu Yaqing had been talking about who the child belonged to. Here I am all alone and helpless with no one to help me, but now I have such a man by my side. She had some guesses in her mind. Could this man be Fu Yaqing's best friend? Or has Fu Yaqing hooked up with another man? Could it be that she wanted to use this child to cheat several men out of their money? If that was the case, then this woman was too despicable. Bai Ying had an idea in her mind, but she didn't go over to question him immediately because people are not always honest. If Fu Yaqing denies it, Bai Ying won't be able to produce any other evidence, which will make the other party alert. Bai Ying secretly took a few photos at the corner and then recorded a video. The photos were taken from different angles, capturing the front views of Fu Yaqing and the man very clearly. The video can also prove that the relationship between the two people is definitely not an ordinary one. Because men and women in ordinary relationships will deliberately keep their distance to let others know that they do not have any other close relationship. Bai Ying saw that Fu Yaqing was very close to the man, and was even whispering in his ear. After leaving the hospital, Bai Ying did not go home directly, but went to a private detective agency. I'll send you some photos and a video. You have to help me find out the relationship between these two people in the shortest possible time. It would be best if there was evidence to prove the relationship between these two people. How many days do you think it will take? How much will it cost? After Bai Ying sent the photos and videos, the detective took a look. If you give us 7 days, it will only cost $5,000. If you're in a hurry, we can focus our efforts on this first, and it will take about 3 days, but the cost will increase to 10,000. After hearing the fee, Bai Ying chose the project that cost 10,000 yuan for 3 days without hesitation. According to the agreement with the detective agency, Bai Ying transferred 5,000 yuan first. Having 2 feet in one boat. Bai Ying will pay the other half of the fee after the other party has investigated the matter thoroughly. Within 2 days, the people from the detective agency called Bai Ying and asked her to come over. After Bai Ying went over, the detective agency pushed a file bag over. Take a look at this first. This is the preliminary information we found out from our investigation, but only a few photos count as evidence. Bai Ying opened the file and saw the photo taken by the detective agency of Fu Yaqing and the young hunk hugging each other. According to the investigation data, this person is called Wen Gongzi, a young and handsome rich second generation. The two had records of going to bars together, going to KTVs together, and shopping together. This is all what happened in the last month. After seeing these records, Bai Ying felt that the relationship between the two was very abnormal. If I ask you to investigate, can you find out about their relationship 3 months ago? And their most recent relationship as well? It would be best if you could give me some videos or other evidence. Bai Ying specifically emphasized that she would never use these things for lawsuits or legal matters. This is telling the people in the detective agency that I will not take the initiative to let them get into trouble. People in the detective agency attach great importance to evidence, and if it is evidence that is used in a case, they will be particularly cautious. Because if there are flaws or false evidence, they will definitely be punished, but after hearing what Bai Ying said, they felt relieved. It will probably take another month. After all, this is a long and complicated matter. Don't worry, we won't charge you more. Even though it will take a long time, you only need to give us another 20,000 yuan. Chapter 20, Identification. If it involves going to other places for investigation, we will contact you in advance, because it involves travel expenses, which you need to pay separately. Bai Ying said there was no problem and signed a new contract with the detective agency. She first paid off the last payment and transferred another 10,000 yuan. She really hopes to get to the bottom of this matter. In this way, Fu Yaqing is actually shooting herself in the foot. Time passed slowly. During these 2 days, Fu Yaqing occasionally sent messages to Bai Ying, but received no response, and gradually lost interest. I don't know what Bai Ying did. Apart from work, I asked some friends which hospital is more authoritative for DNA testing, and which hospital can do the DNA test in the shortest time. After all things now show that there is indeed something wrong. If we continue to delay like this, we don't know what will happen. As the saying goes, hard work pays off. A friend helped me find out the situation and called me today. There is a private hospital called Schwanker Hospital. It is said that this hospital can perform DNA testing on fetuses that are more than 3 months pregnant. Other hospitals take 7 days to get test results, but this hospital can issue a test report within 3 days, but it costs thousands more. I don't care about the cost at all now, as long as it can be detected in advance. I calculated the time. If the results of the previous prenatal checkup were correct, it would be time to do the DNA test in about half a month. During this half month, I accompanied Fu Yaqing to have another prenatal checkup, and the results show that the fetus is normal. I also inquired with the hospital and found out that they can do a DNA test as my friend said. I'm getting ready right now. Bai Ying gave me a file bag tonight. What's wrong? What's in here? I was a little surprised. You'll know for yourself if you take a look. It's guaranteed to be the content you care about. Bai Ying didn't say much. I opened the file bag out of curiosity, and then my face became more and more serious. Because the photo that caught my eye showed Fu Yaqing and a man being very intimate. I saw Fu Yaqing and this man go to their hospital for a prenatal checkup before, so I had my suspicions and paid someone to investigate. There is some more information at the back. These are the places Fu Yaqing and that man have been to recently. I couldn't wait to look at the information at the back and found that the two of them had been to their hotel for 5 times and to the bar several times in just this month. I immediately realized that Fu Yaqing still wanted to continue cheating on me. Or maybe she wants to have it both ways, wanting me to raise the child while she still wants to have an affair with that man. This is exactly the same routine as before. I angrily threw the photo on the table and stood up. I'm going to ask this bitch what she wants right now. Bai Ying stopped me immediately. You can't go yet. The surface evidence can only prove that she and this man were very close, but it can't prove anything else. If you want to know the result, just go and ask. Fu Yaqing will definitely deny it and will find a lot of excuses to cover up the truth. I nodded when I heard this, because this was indeed something that woman was capable of doing. You still have to think carefully about how to reveal this woman's true face. Bai Yingquan helped me a lot and gave me some suggestions, and gradually I began to have some ideas. It just so happened that I also thought that the child's current month can be tested for DNA. I planned to play a trick and make Fu Yaqing reveal her true colors. The next day I went to find Fu Yaqing. I told you before that we should do a DNA test when the baby is 1 month old. Now I know where we can do it. When Fu Yaqing heard what I said, her breathing suddenly stopped, and then returned to normal. But I could still hear her heartbeat speeding up. Well, I'm not feeling well today. Let's go get tested in 2 days. I shook my head. If you're not feeling well, you can go to the hospital and have the doctor check you out. Don't let it affect the baby. I'll just lie down and rest for a while. I don't need to go to the hospital. After all, I don't dare to take medicine carelessly while I'm pregnant. Fu Yaqing found another excuse. It's because of your special situation. We can't wait until it becomes serious. The doctor will give you medication based on your actual situation. So, come with me to the hospital. My attitude was still firm, and Fu Yaqing had no choice but to come up with another excuse. The child is still young now. Doing a DNA test at such a young age will definitely affect the child. We might as well wait until the child is born before doing it. Otherwise, it will be bad if there is any impact. As soon as I heard this, I knew Fu Yaqing was guilty, and I shook my head and refused without hesitation. No, we have to do a paternity test today, and I'll check your illness as well. Chapter 21 Delaying Time. As I said that, I pulled Fu Yaqing up from the chair, and Fu Yaqing had no choice but to nod. Oh, please let me go quickly. Can't I go with you? You're hurting me. I have anger in my heart, and I can't vent it now. Because if Fu Yaqing knew my plan, it would probably ruin it. Of course, I am now playing by my own cards. After all, I have already said that I want to do a DNA paternity test. Now Fu Yaqing has found several excuses to refuse, and my attitude is so tough. If she continues to refuse, it means that she has something to hide. I don't even need to do a DNA test to prove that those things are true. I could just throw the evidence in her face, but now she is a smart person and knows that she is afraid of my suspicion, so she goes with me. I drove to the hospital, and Fu Yaqing pretended to be in pain in the car. Oh, I feel a little dizzy and I feel like I'm going to vomit. Why don't we go tomorrow? I sneered in my heart. I knew that this woman must still want to hide. And now I have a judgment in my mind, that is, this woman should know whose baby is in her belly. That's why he was so afraid to go with me for a DNA test. Although the final conclusion has not been made yet, I already feel a little disappointed. It seems that this child is not mine anymore. This woman is really disgusting. In that case, let's take this opportunity to completely expose her true face. It will also prevent this woman from continuing to cause trouble and affecting the lives of Yaqing and me. Now that the matter is settled, I wonder what excuse this woman can use. My mind became more determined, and I wanted to get to the hospital as soon as possible. On the way, Fu Yaqing made 2 more excuses, saying that she was not feeling well, but I ignored her and instead drove faster. When they arrived at the hospital, Fu Yaqing said her stomach hurt and she wanted to go to the bathroom. I was afraid that Fu Yaqing would slip away in the bathroom, so I simply let Fu Yaqing go into the bathroom and I stayed outside to guard her. Oh, you don't have to accompany me like this, just go sit over there, I'll be out soon. I just feel uncomfortable in my stomach. Maybe the baby is kicking inside me. I shook my head and refused, but of course there was no point in saying directly that I was afraid she would run away. Go in, I'm not tired yet. Besides, if anything happens, just shout inside and I can help you right away. Even if I shout for help, you won't be in danger. After hearing what I said, Fu Yaqing could only walk into the bathroom helplessly. After Fu Yaqing entered the bathroom, she paced around like an ant on a hot pan. She is extremely anxious now. If a DNA test is really done, then the matter will be exposed. After thinking it over, she took out her cell phone and sent a message to Prince Wang. Soon, Prince Wang called Fu Yaqing. Fu Yaqing turned down the volume button and said in a low voice, "I'm in the hospital now. This damn man insisted on doing a DNA test on the child, and this place has the conditions for such a test. Come and help me quickly. If you want to live a good life in the future, help me get through this difficult time." After hearing this, Master Wang cursed a few words on the phone and asked for Fu Yaqing's specific address. "You delay this guy for a while. It will take me at least 10 minutes to get there." Fu Yaqing quickly asked Prince Wang what he wanted to do. Prince Wang on the other end of the phone looked very pleased with himself. "Don't worry, I have a way. I will make this scapegoat bear the blame. I'll be near you in a bit, just pretend you don't know me." After hearing this, Fu Yaqing reminded Master Wang not to do anything bad, otherwise she would be in trouble. After Master Wang hung up the phone, Fu Yaqing lingered in the bathroom for a while before coming out. "My stomach is so uncomfortable. I just went to the toilet. My legs are sore. Can you sit here with me for a few minutes?" When I heard Fu Yaqing say this, I wasn't afraid that she was wasting her time. After all, it was only a few minutes, so I just sat there with Fu Yaqing. I noticed that Fu Yaqing seemed a little uneasy and anxious, and occasionally she would glance towards the end of the corridor out of the corner of her eye. "What are you looking at?" I asked in confusion, and Fu Yaqing quickly smiled and shook her head. "I didn't see anything. I just wanted to see why there were so few people here. Anyway, it's good that there are fewer people. We don't have to queue later." I ignored the woman and just nodded. After all, this woman had made up all kinds of excuses before for not wanting to come. Now I think it's better not to queue. I think this woman might be lying. And the way she looked around just now also made me suspicious. Chapter 22 exposed. Is there any way that Fu Yaqing can avoid the DNA test this time? Or does she have some idea that can blind my eyes? I don't know what the outcome will be, but I know that I have to be on guard when dealing with this woman. No matter what this woman's ideas are, I just have to be careful not to make any mistakes, so as not to give her the opportunity to do anything wrong. After sitting here for about 5 minutes, I said to Fu Yaqing, okay, it's almost time to rest, let's go over there quickly. Just sit for a while. There aren't many people checking in anyway, so we don't need to rush. Fu Yaqing sat there without getting up, and I suddenly had a feeling that this woman must be trying to delay time. Although I didn't know why this woman was trying to delay time, I couldn't let her do as she wished, so I directly pulled her up from the chair. Just take a break. We're not here to rest. After the examination, you can go home and rest for as long as you want. I dragged Fu Yaqing towards the laboratory department. Since I had already made an appointment online in advance, I didn't have to queue up to register and pay. Hey, how come you've become so rude now? I'm pregnant, why do you keep pulling me like this? As she said this, Fu Yaqing wanted to take the initiative to put her arm around my arm, but I dodged her move. I just held Fu Yaqing's arm and went to the laboratory. Go to the next room and draw blood, then bring the blood here. The laboratory technician handed me 2 test tubes. I took the test tube and took Fu Yaqing to the next room. Ouch. Suddenly, Fu Yaqing's body tilted and she twisted her foot. She covered her ankle and cried out in pain, but she couldn't get up from her seat. I think this woman is definitely up to something, but I haven't figured out what method she's using. Ouch, my ankle hurts so much, let me relax for 2 minutes and then we can go over, or you can go over first and draw blood. How could I possibly go and draw blood myself after hearing this? I have to watch this woman while she draws blood, otherwise I would suspect that she wants to swap the blood sample. Since I already felt that this woman was always trying to cause trouble, how could I possibly give her another chance? I was waiting for Fu Yaqing there, and at this moment I saw Fu Yaqing turned her head to the side. She kept looking towards the end of the corridor with her peripheral vision, which made me even more confused. Fu Yaqing had made the same move when she came out of the bathroom and sat on the chair before, and she made the same move again now. I guessed in my heart that she might be waiting for someone to come and this person could ruin my plan. Before I could figure out what was going on, a young man in casual clothes walked towards us. I was slightly stunned when I saw this young man. Because I actually saw a familiar feeling in this young man, but I had clearly never seen him before. When I saw the corner of Fu Yaqing's mouth from the corner of my eye, it suddenly raised up and a smile appeared in her eyes. I immediately understood that Fu Yaqing was most likely waiting for this person. I waited until I looked at the young man again, and then it suddenly dawned on me, because I recognized who this young man was. I have never seen him in person, but I have seen him in photos. This person is the young hunk that Bai Ying had hooked up with Fu Yaqing when she asked a private detective to investigate. Now I finally understand why Fu Yaqing was delaying and looking around all the time. It turns out that she was waiting for this young master. Although I don't know what methods the two of them will use to cause trouble. But since this man has appeared, he must want to prevent me from getting accurate DNA results, or simply prevent me from completing the test. It's almost time to rest, let's go get tested. I blew out the name Fu Yaqing, but in fact, my peripheral vision was still staring at Master Wang not far away. Sure enough, I saw Master Wang nodded slightly at Fu Yaqing. Fu Yaqing stood up and said, "Let's go. Why are you in such a hurry? You always rush everything." I finished the examination. I still have work to deal with. Of course, I don't have that much time to accompany you. I made an excuse and took Fu Yaqing to the blood test room next door. After looking at the receipts in our hands, the laboratory technician drew blood from me and Fu Yaqing respectively. After the blood samples were numbered, the laboratory technician returned the 2 tubes of blood to me. Okay, the blood has been drawn. Now we just need to send it to the testing laboratory. Normally, we'll come back to get the test results in 3 days. When I came, I had already seen where the testing laboratory was, so I nodded gently and walked out with Fu Yaqing. Can you take me home later? Fu Yaqing asked me. Chapter 23 Blood Test. At this time, my attention was not on her at all. Instead, I was holding the 2 test tubes. I looked back with the corner of my eye and sure enough, I saw Prince Wang following me. Is this guy trying to snatch these 2 blood samples? But it's useless, I can just draw blood again. Could this guy know the testers inside and be able to do something wrong? Impossible, after all, the test results must be held legally responsible. What's more, I can retest myself, so there's not much point in him doing this. I was thinking in my mind that if the test result showed that the child and I were relatives, then I could do it again to confirm. If I have no blood relationship with this child, then I don't need to confirm it again. This is also to prevent this young master from doing anything wrong. I can even go to another hospital for retesting. I walked all the way to the door of the testing laboratory, and Prince Wang did not rush up to do anything to me. Just put the sample in this box and give me the receipt. The experimenter inside extended his hand to me and I handed over the receipt first, and then put the 2 blood samples into the small box next to it. At this moment, I suddenly had an idea, because there is a window here, and the blood sample is placed outside the window. If Prince Wang wants to destroy the blood sample, there should be a chance, unless the laboratory personnel take the sample in now. But seeing that there are already several samples piled up here, it is obvious that the people here will bring the samples in batches. I took another look at the numbers on my 2 test samples. Ouch, my stomach hurts again. What happened? Hurry up and help me. Let's go to the bathroom. Suddenly, Yaqing covered her stomach and cried out in pain again. If it weren't for the scene I just thought about, and if there wasn't this young master Wang following behind her, then I would never doubt it. After all, the blood samples have been taken to the laboratory, so Yaqing can't do anything fishy even if she wants to. But now I think that it is possible that Yaqing is playing a trick of making a feint to the east and attacking in the west. After she leads me away, she will ask the prince to exchange the blood sample. If I don't cooperate with Yaqing, I won't be able to expose this evil plot. I nodded slightly. Okay, I'll go to the bathroom with you. I supported Yaqing and walked forward. As expected, when we reached the end of the corridor, the moment I turned around, I saw that Master Wang had already walked towards the laboratory testing window. I took Yaqing and deliberately walked a few steps forward. I felt that the time was about right. I let go of Yaqing, and while she was shocked, I had already run back. What are you going to do? I heard that Yaqing didn't stop shouting, but instead quickened her pace. I knew this woman might be reminding Prince Wang that I had been there. I rushed to the testing window like a fly. At this time, Prince Wang was holding 2 blood samples in his hand. He poured one of the blood samples into a small plastic bag that he had prepared in advance. The small bag was still hanging on Prince Wang's arm and he hadn't had time to deal with it. He is holding one of the blood samples now. Prince Wang was about to pour the blood sample into another test tube. What are you doing? I rushed over and grabbed Prince Wang's arm. The guy was so scared that he trembled all over and almost dropped the blood sample on the ground. When I shouted, the laboratory technician who was fiddling with the experimental equipment in the inner room also ran out. Then I saw Prince Wang holding the test sample. What are you 2 doing? How dare you touch the test samples here? I pinched Prince Wang's arm and said coldly. This person tried to tamper with the test samples, but I caught him. What nonsense are you talking about? Prince Wang tried to shake off my hand. How could I let the other party succeed? While I was holding him, I stared at the test samples. When I saw the names of the 2 test tubes, I already understood what the other party wanted to do. He simply poured away Yaqing's blood sample, and then divided half of my blood sample into Yaqing's blood sample. My 2 blood samples were tested for DNA against each other, and the result was definitely a 100% match. If I didn't know about this person named Prince Wang, and I had no doubts about dealing with Yaqing, then when I get this result, I will believe that the baby in Yaqing's belly is definitely mine. After all, DNA doesn't lie. But it is precisely people nowadays who believe in the testator, and Prince Wang tampered with the blood sample. The answer given by the testator is different from the actual situation. If I had been kept in the dark, I would have been treated like a fool by these 2 people. At this time, Yaqing also ran over. When she saw me grabbing Master Wang's arm, she was stunned. Her breathing became a little rapid, and she didn't know whether she should come over to greet young Master Wang or just watch from a distance. Chapter 24. So you wanted to play a prank. If she didn't come up in this situation, I would definitely be suspicious, but if she did come up, she wouldn't be able to explain it clearly. She stood there with conflicted feelings, but I immediately saw through what she was thinking. What are you doing standing there? Come over and help. Can't you see that someone is going to touch our blood samples? Yaqing was slightly stunned when she heard what I said, but then she made a choice and ran over immediately. What do you want to do? Do you want to harm us? I saw something strange about you just now. Who knows what you want to do? Prince Wang immediately retorted, how could I have that? You still say no, is this a misunderstanding? Fu Yaqing's words were a reminder for Master Wang to make an excuse, and she even went up and pushed Master Wang. In fact, she just wanted to take this opportunity to make me let go of my hand so that Prince Wang could escape. I could see through her little tricks. I didn't let go at all. Instead, I grabbed his hand and twisted it hard, causing young Master Wang to let out a scream. "Oh, what are you doing? It hurts so much, let me go." I showed a sneer on my face and looked at Fu Yaqing, who was a little worried beside me. I simply broke the window paper, I let go of Prince Wang, and then deliberately said, "You two are acting really well. Do you think I won't find out? Do you think I will help you raise the child?" Fu Yaqing was immediately confused, and Prince Wang instinctively asked back, "What are you talking about? I don't understand what you are saying. I don't even know this woman. I was just bored and wanted to play a prank." Young Master Wang finally came up with a reason, and Fu Yaqing looked as if she had suddenly realized something. "So you wanted to play a prank? How could you be like this?" With a mocking expression on my face, I said to the two of them, "Okay, stop acting in front of me, right? Prince Wang." In fact, I have already called out the name Prince Wang just now. But Fu Yaqing and the other two were a little flustered and didn't pay attention, so this time I emphasized young Master Wang's name again. His face suddenly turned pale, and Fu Yaqing was stunned. Since she already knew that I definitely knew Prince Wang, she might also know what was going on behind this. "Can you tell me what's going on now? It's come to this point. There's no point in lying anymore, right? Don't think you two are stupid. If you don't want to tell me, I can tell it for you." When Prince Wang heard this, he just let it go. He stared at me and said, "Why are you asking us if you know this?" He turned and looked at Fu Yaqing. "Ignore this man, let's go." Fu Yaqing had no intention of leaving at all. Instead, she showed an aggrieved expression and looked at me, pretending to explain to me. "Listen to me, things are not what you think. This man is trying to trick me. In fact, this child is yours. He did this just to destroy our relationship. Don't believe his lies." I sneered. This woman really thought I was a fool. Even after all this, she still wanted to deceive me. If there was no trick here, why would Prince Wang want to swap the blood samples? I even suspect that both Prince Wang and Fu Yaqing have confirmed that the child is not mine. So this DNA test is no longer of much significance. You two can continue your acting here. I don't have time to play with you. After saying that, I turned around and left, but Fu Yaqing was still begging behind me. "Listen to me, things are really not as you think. I have nothing to do with this man. Don't tell me these useless things. It's none of my business whether you and the baby in your belly live or die. You really think I'm a fool? Do you really want me to throw the evidence in your face?" I waved my hand, cursed, and walked away without even turning my head. When Master Wang saw me leaving, he glared at Fu Yaqing fiercely and turned around to leave. Fu Yaqing hurriedly grabbed Master Wang's hand. "You can't leave. What will I do if you leave?" I hadn't walked far, so I could hear what Fu Yaqing said, and I felt even more contempt for this woman in my heart. This is because she saw that I had seen through the conspiracy and would definitely not care about her and the child, so she set her sights on this young man. This really is the case of always forgetting about the spare tire. Young Master Wang was also annoyed by what Fu Yaqing had just said. "I don't care what you do. You didn't leave when I asked you to. Now that man doesn't want you anymore, you want me to be his scapegoat. Do you really think I'm a fool? Do you think I'll believe you if I tell you this? And you said this child was mine, but I don't know which wild man's it was." Chapter 25: Miscarriage and Infertility. Fu Yaqing became excited when she heard this. "How can you say that? I haven't been with him since I divorced him. I've been with you. Whose child do you think this is? Don't you want to be responsible for this child? You must make it clear to me today." Fu Yaqing grabbed Master Wang by his clothes and refused to let him go, and even looked like she was going to attack him. "I'm responsible for your mother's crime. I don't have the spare money to support you and this bastard." Young Master Wang pushed Fu Yaqing hard, and Fu Yaqing was completely unprepared and fell to the ground. Fu Yaqing sat on the ground and her legs were soon soaked with blood. She covered her stomach and wailed. "Oh, it hurts so much, my child, my child." Anyone with a little medical knowledge would know from this situation that Fu Yaqing must have had a miscarriage and the baby could not be kept. This is also why during pregnancy, the pregnant woman's belly must not be hit or allowed to fall, as it can easily cause miscarriage. Young Master Wang originally wanted to scold Fu Yaqing, but when he saw Fu Yaqing's current condition, cold sweat ran down his forehead. Originally, he didn't want to raise this child, he just wanted to have fun with this woman. Now he saw that this woman had a miscarriage, and it was she who was pushed down by him. He ran away in panic. If he stayed here, not only would he have to pay a huge medical bill, he might even have to go to jail. He doesn't want to take this responsibility. Stop right there, don't run, save me quickly. Fu Yaqing was calling her in despair, and she never expected that the man she knew would be so irresponsible. Now not only is he hurting himself, but he is also running away. Seeing that this man had really run away and had no intention of coming back, Fu Yaqing screamed at me heartbreakingly again. Please save me. For the sake of the child, please save me. I can't move now. When I heard Fu Yaqing's cry, I turned around and saw Fu Yaqing sitting on the ground in a miserable state. Now that the man had run away, I hesitated. If that prince was still here, I would definitely not care about this matter. But now this woman is so pitiful, after all, she is my husband and wife. I walked over, picked up Fu Yaqing and sent her to the emergency room. Fu Yaqing was rescued in the emergency room for an hour, and the doctor came out of the emergency room and asked me more questions. You are Fu Yaqing's relative, right? She said the person outside is her husband. I nodded, because now was not the time to explain this. Although I am Fu Yaqing's ex-husband, there is no one else around her now. So, I am also her family member, and she has already told the doctor that I am her ex-husband. Well, let me tell you about the patient's current condition. The doctor held a report in his hand and explained my condition to me. Because the patient was pushed by someone in the hospital and then fell down. This kind of stress fall is the most dangerous for pregnant women. You should have been mentally prepared when you sent the patient to the emergency room. The baby in her belly is definitely not going to be saved. I nodded gently again, because Fu Yaqing had already lost so much blood, so the baby definitely could not be saved. Now even if the doctor told me that Fu Yaqing was in danger, I could accept this answer. I see. Doctor, can you tell me if the patient has any problems now? When the doctor saw me calmly accepting this answer, he thought I had a strong ability to withstand stress. Generally speaking, if a woman's relatives hear that she cannot keep the baby, they will definitely be sad and upset. Of course this was because he looked at me in surprise, which I guessed, but I didn't explain. Then let me tell you about the patient's current condition. The patient's safety can definitely be guaranteed. After all, he is in the emergency room now, and he was sent to the hospital very promptly. There is also very bad news. I have to tell you that the fetus in the patient's body was in a very dangerous position. So the patient is safe after the rescue, but the body's functions are damaged. I was a little confused when I heard this and didn't understand what the doctor wanted to tell me, but then the doctor gave me the answer. The patient will not be able to get pregnant again. If you want to have a child, you can only think of other ways. Maybe there is still a possibility of recovery. In fact, the doctor's last half sentence was just consolation, since the woman had already been told that she couldn't get pregnant. That kind of small probability of recovery event is unlikely to happen to most people. I nodded and felt that there was no need to explain, so I said something to the doctor. As long as the adults are safe, we still have a child. When the doctor heard that we both had a child, he nodded and gave us instructions without saying much. The patient was treated right away inside. Chapter 26 Loss of Memory. The person can be transferred to a general ward for observation for a few days. After saying this, the doctor turned around and went back into the emergency room. Half an hour later, Fu Yaqing was pushed out. Because of the anesthesia, she hasn't woken up yet. The doctor and I pushed her to the general ward. In the afternoon, Fu Yaqing woke up and I was sitting in the ward. I'm glad you're awake and everything is all right. Fu Yaqing already knew during the operation that she could no longer get pregnant. Although I cried for a long time and was very upset, I accepted the plan that focused on saving my life. Now that she saw me, she actually smiled sweetly at me and called out to me, "Husband." I was very surprised and stared at Fu Yaqing with my eyes slightly narrowed. "Don't call me that, we are divorced." Fu Yaqing was horrified and tears started to fall. "When did we get divorced? Do you not want me anymore? Why are you pretending to be stupid?" I asked back. Fu Yaqing looked at me with a somewhat confused look. Husband, what are you talking about? Why am I playing dumb? Oh, where's our child, Miaomiao? Hurry up and bring him over so I can see him. When I heard this, I immediately realized something was wrong. I frowned and stared at Fu Yaqing for several seconds. What time is today? Fu Yaqing was a little surprised by the question I asked, but she still answered it honestly. When I heard this, I quickly said to her, "Wait here for me. I'll call the doctor to check you out." I knew something was wrong because the date Fu Yaqing mentioned was exactly the child's date of birth. And now Fu Yaqing seems to have lost her memory. Although I don't quite believe it, I still want to ask a doctor to check her out. I called the doctor over, and after examining Fu Yaqing, the doctor said to me, "From the current situation, the patient has indeed lost some of her memory." How could this happen? I still couldn't believe it. The situation of memory loss is more complicated. Sometimes the memory is blocked after being stimulated, so part of the memory is lost. Sometimes it is because the brain is hit or stimulated. Some people lose their memory because they have endured pain. This pain includes pain during surgery, psychological pain, or other pain. In short, this situation is very complicated. I quickly asked, "Can this memory be restored?" It's hard to say. Some people can recover, but some people may never recover in their entire lives. I felt a little helpless. After the doctor left, Fu Yaqing took the initiative to hug my shoulders. "Hubby, we will be together forever. We will take care of the children together and live a good life together. I misunderstood you before. From now on, I will only care about you and I will never go out traveling again." I felt a little helpless, and I still suspected that this woman might be pretending to have amnesia. After all, when Fu Yaqing was pushed down, I clearly saw that her head did not hit the ground. I have consulted a doctor before, and the probability of causing amnesia during the operation is not very high. Otherwise, no one would dare to have the operation. Moreover, during the operation, people will be injected with anesthetics, so they will not feel the pain during the operation. So now there is only one possibility left for losing memory, that is, being stimulated. But this woman's heart had already become as hard as iron. Not to mention that I am not with this woman. Even if that young hunk is not with this woman, I'm afraid this woman would have anticipated it. After all, two people have different purposes for being together, and most of the time they are just having fun with each other. So in this situation, how could Fu Yaqing be stimulated to lose her memory? Now the doctor says there is this possibility, so I am a little hesitant. Actually, I don't know, my inference is indeed correct. After Fu Yaqing collapsed in the operating room, she placed all her hopes on me. She is a lazy woman who will have problems living in the future without help from others. So she had already made up her mind at that time to reconcile with me. But she knows what kind of person I am. So if she just asked for forgiveness in the normal way, I wouldn't have accepted it at all, and she had already tried that before. So after she had an idea in mind, she pretended to have amnesia, trying to trick me in this way. Although I have some doubts now, I am not sure yet. I'm telling you, we're divorced. I took pity on you this time, so I sent you to the emergency room. I wanted to shake off Fu Yaqing's arm and emphasize the fact that we were divorced. What are you talking about? Is it possible for us to get divorced? You've been so good to me, and I'm not stupid. Fu Yaqing held my arm tightly and refused to let go. I don't care whether you really have amnesia or you are faking it. Now is not the time, you said. You have divorced me a long time ago. Chapter 27, Endless Entanglement. And you're with your so-called bestie again. Your best friend abandoned you, and you found a prince. I made the matter clear in just a few words. When Fu Yaqing heard what I said, she hugged my arm with tears in her eyes. I don't care. I don't remember those things anyway. I only know that you are my husband. Even if we are divorced, we must get back together. I don't recognize anyone else but you. If I made a mistake before, I will make up for it later. Anyway, you are my husband. I am speechless. I don't know why this woman has to pester me. I don't dare to just leave this woman here. After all, Fu Yaqing is a patient, and there is a possibility that she has really lost her memory. Okay, just lie here first. I'll go make you some food and buy you some fruit. Fu Yaqing let go of my hand only after hearing what I said, and then looked at me pitifully. Then, husband, please go and come back quickly. Don't leave me here. And you know what kind of fruit I want to eat? I nodded helplessly and walked out of the ward. Fu Yaqing stared at my back and gave me a meaningful smile. I bought the things and put them on the table. Fu Yaqing smiled sweetly when she looked at the fruits and food I bought. I know my husband loves me the most and cares about me the most, and he buys me all the food I like to eat. I watched Fu Yaqing finish her meal and said, I still have work to deal with. I'll leave first. Fu Yaqing held my arm and wouldn't let me leave, but how could I stay here forever? I didn't use a negotiating tone, but spoke very coldly. If she didn't let me go, she would never come again, so Fu Yaqing had to let me go. I really didn't expect that just doing a DNA test today would lead to something like this. I returned home listlessly. When Bai Ying saw me come back, she asked me how things went. I didn't hide anything and told you everything that happened. I suspect Fu Yaqing is pretending to have lost her memory, but there is no other way now. I can only observe first. I'm sorry. I originally said that I would deal with this matter as soon as possible, but I didn't expect this incident to happen again. Hearing what I said, Bai Ying grabbed my hand and shook her head. This is not your fault. Besides, I've said it before, as long as you don't lie to me, it's fine. I've seen your sincerity. That woman is a bit miserable and pitiful now. No matter whose child it is, now that she has lost the child, she will never be able to have children again. I know Bai Ying is very kind to say this, but I feel helpless. Let's wait until that woman is discharged from the hospital. It won't take more than a few days anyway. I think that after Fu Yaqing is discharged from the hospital, even if she has lost her memory, she has not become a fool, and the rest of the things have nothing to do with me. The next day, before I even left my house, I received a call from the hospital. Mr. Jiu, please come over and take a look. Miss Fu didn't eat breakfast while you were away, and she also refused to cooperate with our treatment. I was speechless, so I had to say hello to Bai Ying first, and then went to the hospital. Fu Yaqing smiled sweetly when she saw me. Hubby, you're here. How can you recover quickly if you don't accept the doctor's treatment and don't eat? I scolded with a cold face. Fu Yaqing said to me in a coquettish tone. I don't care. I don't want to eat unless you come. I was speechless, so now you can eat and accept the injection treatment. Fu Yaqing nodded, I want my husband to eat with me. I sat next to her helplessly as Fu Yaqing started to eat. The doctor also examined and gave her an injection. I finally waited until Fu Yaqing finished her injection and then left the hospital. I didn't expect that Fu Yaqing wouldn't eat again that night. The hospital had no choice but to call me again, so I went there again. I feel like this woman has become my demon. Why does she torture me like this? It was already 10 o'clock in the evening when I returned home from the hospital. Bai Ying saw that I looked depressed. What's the matter? I'm speechless. That woman is pestering me. If I don't go over, she won't eat or get treatment. I don't know what to do. I've already done my best to take care of her, but this woman has to torture me like this. Bai Ying saw that I was in trouble and comforted me with a few words. After discussing it, we came to a decision, which was to observe for a few days to see if Fu Yaqing was pretending. It's also a good time to wait for Fu Yaqing's body to recover first. Anyway, there is no way for her to be discharged from the hospital now. According to the doctor, it will take 5 to 7 days for a mother to be discharged. In this way, Bai Ying and I, one Ming and the other, stayed in the hospital for a few more days. But I still suspect that Fu Yaqing was just pretending, because the intimacy between us was not to that extent even when we were husband and wife. Chapter 28 Eavesdropping and wanting to jump off the building. At that time, Fu Yaqing was always holding her mobile phone and chatting with her best friends, or she was indifferent to me. It's not like now I feel like he is more intimate to me than when we were in love. I have only heard that after a person loses his memory, he will become the same as before, but I have never heard that he will surpass his previous state. Tonight, I went home and told Bai Ying about my decision. How about this, let's observe for another day tomorrow, and then we can discuss what to do. If she has lost her memory, then she wouldn't recognize me at all. This is a good opportunity to test it out. I agreed with Bai Ying's choice because it was time for Fu Yaqing to be discharged from the hospital and this was the perfect time to make a decision. The next day, Bai Ying and I went to the hospital together. After the doctor finished examining Fu Yaqing, he told me. The patient has now met the criteria for discharge, but he still needs to recover and recuperate for a period of time before he can return to his best condition. Can the patient's current amnesia symptoms be treated? I asked. It's not easy to treat at the moment, but you can try it. Of course, you can also go to a more professional and authoritative hospital. I understood what the doctor meant, which is that their hospital is not good at treating this kind of disease. At this time, Bai Ying asked the doctor a few more questions, and then Bai Ying and I discussed what to do. You heard it too. The doctor just said that memory loss is a mental illness. Why don't we send Fu Yaqing to a mental hospital first? Whether this amnesia is real or not, it can be checked and treated there. I think what Bai Ying said makes sense. I didn't know that we were discussing this matter, and Fu Yaqing quietly lay at the door and eavesdropped. So she happened to hear that we were going to send her to a mental hospital, and she climbed out of the window and ran straight to the top floor. Soon someone discovered that Fu Yaqing was about to jump off the building, so Bai Ying and I hurried to the top floor. What are you doing? Come down now. Fu Yaqing shook her head and looked at me with a wronged expression. I heard everything. You want to send me to a mental hospital. You don't want me anymore. Then I'm going to die. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay by your side. I'm not going anywhere. I was a little driven crazy. I couldn't bear to see Fu Yaqing jump off the building like that, and now I'm not sure if she really lost her memory. Come down first, we can discuss anything. Now I just want to calm Fu Yaqing down. If I don't come down, you said you would take care of me for the rest of my life, but now you want to abandon me. I am already a lonely person. Since you and the world have abandoned me, what's the point of me living? Fu Yaqing was crying and telling me about her depression and resentment with a look of grievance, and she was also talking about the promises I made back then. Of course, that was the promise I made when I married Fu Yaqing. At that time, I was so overwhelmed by love that I didn't see Fu Yaqing's true face. Of course I would make such a promise to the woman I love without hesitation. Now that I know what kind of person this woman is, how can I do what I promised? Of course, it wasn't me who abandoned this woman, but this woman abandoned me and my child without hesitation. If you don't want to receive treatment, then don't go. Just come down first. After hearing what I said, Fu Yaqing didn't come down yet, but instead questioned me. So you're still planning to abandon me, you're still planning not to keep your promise, you still want to abandon me, right? When did I ever say I was going to abandon you? I told a lie against my will that wasn't really a lie. Because I really don't want to have any contact with Fu Yaqing anymore. And it wasn't me who abandoned her, it was her who abandoned me, so what I said was not wrong. It was only after she abandoned me that I saw clearly the true face of this woman and decided not to have anything to do with her anymore. What's more, I already have a woman I love. I not only felt the warmth of family from Bai Ying, but I also felt love from her. Bai Ying saw that I was in a particularly difficult situation, so she came up and said something to Fu Yaqing. Come down first. No one will feel sorry for you when they see you jump. Your method won't work at all. If you come down, as he won't abandon you. It was you who broke up as he and I. He said he would always take care of me. Fu Yaqing shook her head frantically. Not only did she look aggrieved, she also became emotionally agitated. I was afraid that Fu Yaqing would really jump, so I had to say some nice words to calm her down. At this time, everyone in the hospital had already arrived, and they called the police, so the police also came up. After all, such a big thing happened, how could the hospital not call the police? Chapter 29, Compromise. If someone really jumped off a building in the hospital, I'm afraid no one would think about the inside story and people would just spread rumors. At that time, people will say that the hospital was heartless and forced the patient to jump off the building. So now the hospital is also very nervous about this matter. The police pulled me aside and gave me careful instructions. You must not provoke Fu Yaqing now. You must find a way to get Fu Yaqing down first, and then we can slowly deal with the rest. The police have already discussed the cause and effect of this matter with Bai Ying and know that I am just Fu Yaqing's ex-husband. But now, considering the safety of human life, the police still asked me not to provoke her. In fact, I'm getting a little fed up with it now. Don't you have any solution? Wouldn't you handle this kind of thing more professionally? What I meant by this sentence is very simple, that is, I want to give up the responsibility and just leave it to the police when they come. The police also noticed that I had some complaints and quickly tried to admonish me. We are very professional in handling this matter, and we can also select the most suitable person. Now we think you are the most suitable person to help. No matter what, Fu Yaqing is your ex-wife. Do you want to watch your ex-wife really jump off the building? This is a life. The police's words helped to calm my anger a lot, and Bai Ying was still admonishing me beside me. You can't lose your temper right now. The police are right. This is not just your ex-wife. You have to look out for the children. Although the police's persuasion only calmed my anger, I still didn't want to get involved in this puzzling matter anymore. And now I am deeply touched by Bai Ying's thoughtfulness. After all, Bai Ying and Fu Yaqing should be in a competitive relationship, but Bai Ying can tolerate Fu Yaqing, so why can't I do the same? Even if Fu Yaqing didn't lose her memory, what would happen? We should save her first. If Fu Yaqing hadn't jumped off the building in front of me, I wouldn't have felt sorry for her no matter where she died. Forget it, after all, they are husband and wife. Even if a woman did something wrong, she should not be killed. I sighed and made a decision in my mind. What do you want me to do? How can I quickly calm her down? When the police heard that I was willing to help, they quickly whispered to me. Just like I said before, don't irritate her, and try to calm her down. Anything will be fine as long as you can get her down from the front or divert her attention. We will choose to get closer based on the actual situation. The best way is to let her come down by herself. If that doesn't work, we will take action when she isn't paying attention. I nodded to show that I understood, and then walked to the front again. Stop making a fuss, okay? Come down quickly. No one ever said they don't want you. As long as you come down, I promise I won't abandon you. I had some skills in saying this to Fu Yaqing. I didn't say that I wanted to remarry Fu Yaqing. There are many ways to not abandon her. Then I want to go home. Will you let me go home? I am your wife, I want to go home. Fu Yaqing shouted at me loudly, and I felt a little embarrassed. Then I saw Bai Ying nodding to me gently from the corner of my eye. I had no choice but to say to Fu Yaqing, come down first, I'll let you go home, okay? Really? You asked me to go home because you don't want to be at home anymore. We two must be together. Fu Yaqing showed a hint of surprise on her face, but she still emphasized it. I nodded helplessly, agreeing with her statement. You come down first. As long as you come down, we will go home today. Fu Yaqing's face suddenly broke into a smile, and then she looked provocatively at Bai Ying who was standing next to me. You can't come down. If you don't come down, I'll go home by myself. I was getting a little impatient. I had already reluctantly agreed to the terms of this woman, but she still stood there with no intention of coming down. When Fu Yaqing heard what I said, she quickly turned around and walked down from the rooftop. At this time, the police rushed forward, blocked Fu Yaqing's back, and then waited for Fu Yaqing to move forward by herself. Fu Yaqing has already come down now, and of course she has achieved her goal, so why would she run back again? She ran to me and hugged my arms. Hubby, you're so kind. No one can separate them. Let's go home quickly. I felt a little embarrassed because I was afraid Bai Ying would be unhappy, but we were still on the rooftop. If I really give Fu Yaqing a bad look, what should I do if she runs to the rooftop again? So I could only force myself to leave the rooftop with Fu Yaqing. After that, the police criticized and educated Fu Yaqing. Don't blame me for this. It's because my husband doesn't want me anymore. Otherwise, why would I want to die? I still want to live happily with my husband. Fu Yaqing argued with the police with a look of grievance on her face. Chapter 30. The three return home. No matter what, you can't let it go. Fu Yaqing did not agree with what the police said, instead she said a lot of nonsense. The police could only pull me aside helplessly. Take him home first. Don't let him get excited again. What if he jumps off the building again? That would be a waste of our police resources and could also lead to a tragedy. Wait until her emotions have stabilized, and then communicate with her calmly in the next 2 days. I had already promised to take Fu Yaqing home, so I had no choice but to accept what the police said. After the police left, I took Fu Yaqing and Bai Ying home together. As soon as I entered the living room, I emphasized this to Fu Yaqing. I don't care whether you have lost your memory or not. I want to tell you that you are only my ex-wife, and Bai Ying next to you is my current wife. You can live here, and I can give you time to recuperate and recover, but if you interfere with our lives. Before I could finish my words, Fu Yaqing started to cry and looked at me with a wronged and pitiful expression. How could you do this to me? I know you are my husband, I don't care about anything else. If you don't want me anymore, I'll die now. No one will care about me anyway. I was speechless, and I believed what the police said about not provoking Fu Yaqing for the time being. I had no choice but to point at the bedroom helplessly. Forget it, don't talk about anything else. That bedroom is your room, go and clean it up yourself. Fu Yaqing wanted to act coquettishly and ask me to help her clean up, but I glared at her and sat on the sofa. Anyway, I didn't want to move, so she had no choice but to go into the bedroom by herself. What should I do? I'm so worried. Seeing my sad face, Bai Ying took my hand and comforted me. Let's wait a few days before we talk about it. He's already living in our house, so we can observe him for a while longer. I was afraid that Fu Yaqing would cause trouble again, so I gave Bai Ying a shot of prevention first. I just feel sorry for you. After all, I have nothing to do with this woman anymore. Bai Ying smiled sweetly and patted my hand gently. I know, as long as you care about me in your heart, nothing else matters. We can use these 2 days to think of other ways to solve this problem. I nodded vigorously. I also wanted to solve this problem, but now Fu Yaqing was crying, making a fuss, and even threatening to commit suicide. I was at a loss as to what to do. Bai Ying and I returned to the bedroom. As soon as we changed into our pajamas, Fu Yaqing ran over. Honey, I'm hungry, can you cook for me? I want to complain, how did I become her nanny? But in order not to irritate this woman, I had to nod and prepare dinner first, and then I ate dinner with gritted teeth, because Fu Yaqing kept coming closer to me and picking up food for me. Bai Ying was sitting on the other side of me. Although she didn't say anything, I could see that Bai Ying's face was no longer as smiling as it was at the beginning. So I couldn't taste any flavor of this meal. Normally I would eat at least 2 bowls of rice, but today I just finished the rice in the bowl and put it down. Okay, I'm full, you two can eat slowly. I quickly slipped to the sofa to watch TV. In fact, my mind was on the content on TV. I was thinking about how to deal with this matter. When would this kind of days end? After finishing her meal, Fu Yaqing ran directly to the sofa and wanted to fall into my arms. I quickly dodged to the side and stood up. I'm done eating. I'll go clean up the dishes after I finish eating. I don't know if Fu Yaqing was too lazy to clean up, or if she really felt uncomfortable with my actions just now, so she just sat on the sofa and didn't move. I quickly packed up with Bai Ying while keeping a smile on my face. Finally, after cleaning up the kitchen, Bai Ying's mood recovered a little. Please help me think of a solution. I don't have any good ideas. As long as you can come up with a useful trick, I will definitely agree. I use this sentence to show that I don't care about Fu Yaqing, I only care about the relationship between Bai Ying and me. Well, I don't have any good way to deal with him now. I saw that woman has been pestering you. I suspect she did it on purpose. You just want to make me angry. But I still can't help but feel angry. We really need to get rid of this woman quickly. I also heard from Bai Ying's words that Bai Ying was also very distressed about this matter, but she still chose to tolerate me. In fact, I was very touched and I held Bai Ying's hand. I wanted to hold Bai Ying in my arms, but at this moment Fu Yaqing, who was watching TV on the sofa, suddenly ran over. Honey, I want to take a shower. Can you help me wipe my back later? When I heard this, I quickly shook my head. Although Fu Yaqing and I had physical contact, she was still my wife at that time. And now that I have Bai Ying, I feel disgusted with this woman named Yaqing. Chapter 31 Cool Temptation. How could I possibly wipe the back of a woman like Fu Yaqing again? Go wash it yourself, you just lost a part of your memory, it's not like you can't do anything anymore. Don't even think about asking others for help with things you can do yourself, and I'm not interested in helping. When Fu Yaqing saw that I spoke in a bad tone, she looked aggrieved. But this time I didn't feel sorry for her. Instead, I took Bai Ying's hand and went back to the bedroom. After Fu Yaqing finished her shower, Bai Ying and I also wanted to take a shower. But as soon as I came out, I frowned slightly, because Fu Yaqing was wearing very cool clothes after taking a shower, and when she saw me come out, she ran up to me again. Honey, do you want to take a shower too? Do you want me to rub your back? I can also rub your shoulders. While speaking, Fu Yaqing deliberately crossed her hands over her chest, making her 2 lumps of flesh more obvious. Bai Ying saw Fu Yaqing's actions, frowned slightly and said sarcastically, "If you don't have anything, don't force yourself. Besides, even if you don't wear anything, you won't arouse as his interest." So just save yourself the trouble. Fu Yaqing directly retorted, if my husband had no interest in me, why would he marry me? After saying that, she deliberately turned around in front of me and gave me a wink. I quickly turned my head and looked to the side. Bai Ying couldn't stand Fu Yaqing's look and continued to mock her. You don't believe me when I tell you to save your energy. Look, now even as he doesn't even bother to look at you. Do you really think that having it once means it will last forever? If you didn't cherish it when you had it, now people will just treat you like a broken shoe and throw it away at will. When Fu Yaqing heard this, she became furious. Bai Ying was calling her a slut. Originally, she wanted to fight with Bai Ying, but then she changed her mind and was afraid of being kicked out. Fu Yaqing looked at me pitifully on purpose. Husband, look at this woman bullying me. Bai Ying smiled disdainfully at me and said, go take a shower first. I'll take care of things here. I knew that based on Bai Ying's temper, she would not fight with Fu Yaqing, so I just left Fu Yaqing here and went to the bathroom to take a shower. While taking a shower, I kept my ears open to listen to what was happening outside. Sure enough, I heard the two of them exchanging sharp words, but they didn't fight. Then I heard Fu Yaqing slamming the door and going back to her room. Oh, not bad. I didn't expect Bai Ying to have such a skill. I can let her deal with this woman without any worries in the future. I finally felt a little better than before. There are indeed not many opportunities for a woman like Fu Yaqing to be humiliated, but Bai Ying has done just that. Maybe it was because Fu Yaqing was being criticized, or maybe it was because I felt comfortable after taking a shower. I came out of the bathroom with a smile on my face. Seeing Bai Ying sitting on the sofa, I went over and sat down with a smile. You should go and take a shower as well. It's getting late. When you're done, it's time for the two of us to rest. When Bai Ying heard what I said, she looked towards Fu Yaqing's room with a meaningful look. I immediately realized that Bai Ying had misunderstood. The rest I mentioned was not the same as what she had in mind, but if I explained it, it seemed like she would misunderstand me, so I had to smile and change the subject. I'm just worried that you're tired after a busy day, so I want you to go to bed and rest early. Bai Ying nodded gently and went into the bathroom to wash up. At this time, Fu Yaqing ran out of the room. While I wasn't paying attention, she hugged my arm and shook me like a spoiled child. Oh, honey, I'm sleepy. Let's go back to the room and sleep. When I heard this, I shuddered inside. Of course, I wasn't excited, but I felt that Fu Yaqing was playing with fire. This is even more naked seduction than the one who was walking back and forth in front of me in cool clothes just now. Of course, I must not make such a mistake in principle. I pulled my hand back immediately, then stood up and stared at Fu Yaqing, who was sitting on the sofa and winking at me. Don't even think about it. I'm telling you, I've already divorced you, so if you want to sleep, just sleep by yourself. If you can't sleep, just stay here. I like my wife Bai Ying very much now. You are no longer my wife. Hearing what I said, Fu Yaqing cried sadly in front of me again, but I was not moved at all and refused sternly. No matter how long you cry, it's useless. This is a matter of principle. You are not a fool. Do you think people who are not husband and wife can sleep in the same room? Even if you have lost your memory, I have already told you what happened before. Seeing my cold expression, Fu Yaqing wiped her tears and acted coquettishly in a pitiful manner. I don't care. Anyway, I don't remember those things. Even if I divorce you, I still want to be with you. I already know that I was wrong before. What else do you want? Chapter 32, Refusing to Sleep Together. I retorted with a sneer on my face. It's not what I want, it's what you want. You said you were homeless, so I took you in. You said everyone abandoned you, and I let you live here. What else do you want? My repeated questioning let Fu Yaqing know that I could no longer suppress my temper. In fact, I have never been so angry with Yaqing before. The only time I got angry was when we were about to divorce and she locked the child in the closet again. To be honest, I wouldn't dare say that I am a gentle and elegant person, but I have a better temper than many people. But since my daughter was hurt and Fu Yaqing abandoned me, I knew I had to change. So my character gradually became stronger, and I gradually began to become different from my former self. Of course, this doesn't mean that my temper has become worse, it just means that I express my emotions more obviously. I used to have a gentle personality, so I took a tolerant attitude towards many things. Even if I feel wronged in something, I won't lose my temper. But now I have a bottom line. Anyone who dares to hurt the child and Bai Ying, I will never forgive that person, and I will glare at that person. Even if I was bullied, I would not let the two most important people in my life be bullied. So Fu Yaqing's current behavior will make Bai Ying hurt and angry, so how can I not reject her sternly? Fu Yaqing looked pitiful, and then stared at me sternly. Anyway, I don't care. Before my memory is restored, I don't agree that we are divorced, and I don't agree that you are with that woman. You can choose not to sleep with me, but you can't sleep with that woman either, otherwise I won't agree. I felt helpless when I heard this, and I was also afraid that Fu Yaqing would continue to make trouble. What's more, if I really went back to my room and slept with Bai Ying, this woman would not let the two of us sleep so peacefully. She would definitely do something naughty again. Anyway, Bai Ying and I will come up with a way to deal with this woman in the next few days, so I nodded. Okay, but don't bother disturbing our rest. I'll just sleep on the sofa. Is that okay? Honey, why don't you sleep in the bedroom and I'll sleep on the sofa? I'll feel bad if you sleep here. Fu Yaqing looked at me with concern. I don't know whether this woman was trying to please me on purpose or if she wanted to do something weird while I was back in my room. I am not afraid of what this woman does in the room, because even if she does, she can't hurt me and Bai Ying. But if I went back to the bedroom to sleep, I was really afraid that Fu Yaqing would hurt Bai Ying in the middle of the night. I shook my head and refused. Forget it. You just came out of the hospital and need to rest. How can I let you sleep on the sofa? You should sleep in the bedroom. Hubby, you're so good to me. Fu Yaqing stood up and was about to throw herself into my arms, but I quickly dodged. I first went back to the room where Bai Ying and I lived, took out the blanket and a pillow. This attitude made it clear that I would do what I said. I said to Fu Yaqing, go back and have some rest. Then you can't be with that woman secretly. If you want to sleep with me, you have to sleep with me. I will get up in the middle of the night to check secretly. If you really don't want me anymore, I will die in this house and stay with you forever. The threatening words Fu Yaqing heard were even more terrifying than those in the hospital. She was actually prepared to die here. Okay, no one wants you to die, just go back. I said I'll sleep on the sofa, so I'll sleep on the sofa. After hearing what I said, Fu Yaqing returned to the bedroom with satisfaction. Bai Ying came out of the shower and saw me lying on the sofa with something in my hand. She felt very confused. I had no choice but to repeat what Fu Yaqing had just said. I have no choice but to sleep on this side of the sofa. You should go back and have a good rest first. Bai Ying nodded and went back to the bedroom. I heard her sigh softly. This matter is a torture for me, and it is also a torture for her. The next day, Fu Yaqing got up and ran to the sofa and wanted to hug me. Fortunately, I was already awake and just didn't get up. I quickly sat up and said, I'm going to go wash up, so that we don't have to fight over the bathroom later. I ran to the bathroom, and when I came out after washing up, Bai Ying also came out. I went back to the bedroom and changed my clothes. When I came out, I saw Fu Yaqing still wearing that cool clothes, and I frowned. I told you yesterday, if you really have nothing to wear, just find a t-shirt and put it on. If you dress like this again, I will lock you in the bedroom every day. When Fu Yaqing heard what I said, she deliberately made a seductive gesture and smiled. What are you afraid of? Besides you, there is only one other woman. You are my husband, and I am not afraid of you, you see. Chapter 33, Once you get stuck, you can't get rid of it. Have you forgotten what I said? Do you want me to designate a living area for you? Hearing that I was about to get angry, Fu Yaqing quickly nodded, ran back to the bedroom, and changed into normal clothes. I went to work as usual, but Fu Yaqing still pestered me to go to the company with me. How could I let her follow me to the company? Even if she and I hadn't divorced, she would have gone to the company in the state she was in now. People in the company knew that I had no other options, but those who didn't knew wondered what was going on. Besides, this company is not owned by my family, and I am just an employee there. Just stay at home and go out if you want. I can't take you to the company. I'm warning you, if you lose my job, we'll all be out of luck. Fu Yaqing was conflicted when she heard what I said, but finally nodded obediently. I know you're doing this for my own good. You want to make money to support the family, so I'll wait for you at home. How could I care whether this woman was at home or out? As long as she didn't bother me, I went to work at the company, and Bai Ying also went to work. After a few days, things at home were finally calm. Today, Bai Ying and I didn't go home after get off work, but sat together to discuss things. It's been a few days. Have you figured out a solution? When Bai Ying heard my question, she sighed and shook her head. What can I do? You should think of a solution quickly. This woman has become our old lady. We both have to take care of her after get off work. I also understand Bai Ying's helplessness. These 2 days, when I returned home, Yaqing had everything provided for her. Even taking care of my own children is easier than this. After all, as long as the child is warm and well fed, I don't have to worry about the rest. But Yaqing pesters me every day, and I'm fed up with it, and I can't live with Bai Ying. I also know that if this situation goes on for a long time, Bai Ying will definitely complain. Even I can't stand it anymore, let alone her. Now seeing that Bai Ying couldn't think of a solution, I rubbed my forehead. Forget it, let me find a solution. After all, this is all my fault, and I can't make things too difficult for you. Bai Ying pouted when she heard me say that. You should have figured out a solution, but I helped you find a solution because you were in such a difficult situation. Originally, when there were only 2 of us at home, if we didn't want to go home to cook, we could eat out, or we could walk around until we were satisfied and then go home. But with this woman, she has to come home at a certain time to serve us. Bai Ying held my hand and complained silently, and I knew that this was the fact. Yaqing's appearance has changed our family's living environment in just a few days. I had no choice but to comfort Bai Ying. Don't worry, I will definitely find a solution as soon as possible. I'm telling you, I'm going on a business trip in 2 days, so you have to be careful of that woman. If you let her seduce you, I won't forgive you. I could tell Bai Ying wasn't angry, she was just giving me a friendly reminder, which was also a way of acting coquettishly and teasing me. I quickly raised 2 fingers, pretended to swear to the sky, and made a promise. Don't worry, I've already said that I don't have any relationship with Yaqing anymore. How could I have anything else happen with this woman? I'm afraid this woman is like sticky candy. Once I get stuck to her, I can't get rid of her. When Bai Ying heard me say this, she covered her mouth and laughed. It's not that you're stuck and can't get rid of it, it's that it's easy to get rid of it now, so you better think of a way. I nodded helplessly, and Bai Ying asked me again. We've been observing her for a few days. Do you think Yaqing has really lost her memory? I always feel like she's just pretending, but I have no evidence. In fact, I have had the same feeling these past 2 days. My boredom and distress are partly due to Yaqing pretending to have amnesia. No matter what, this woman is very scheming. It is possible that she is pretending to have lost her memory. It doesn't matter whether she has lost her memory or not. What matters is how we can deal with this matter. I sighed, and we sat here chatting for a long time. When we saw that it was almost time, we bought some groceries and went home. I had just opened the door when Yaqing saw me coming back and ran over to jump into my arms, but I pushed her away. Seeing that Yaqing was so shameless, Bai Ying deliberately mocked her. If you're in need of a man, I'll find you one on the street. Now as he is my man. You've lost your memory, not become stupid. As a woman, have some dignity. Yaqing stamped her feet in anger. This man is mine. I don't know what you are talking about. Anyway, as he and I are a family. I miss our child so much. When can we go back together to see the child? I sent my child to my parents' house not only because I was busy with work, but also because I didn't want Yaqing to harass me again. Chapter 34, The Fearless One Who is Favored. Ever since the last time Yaqing came to my house crying and making a fuss, I have sent the child to live with my parents. When I heard that Yaqing still wanted to see the child, I said to her, if you want to go, go by yourself. I don't have time recently. I can't control whether the child sees you or not. Anyway, you hurt the child badly before. My face turned pale whenever I mentioned this, because Yaqing didn't look like a mother at all. Seeing that I looked unhappy, Yaqing didn't mention it, but instead complained that she was hungry. I've already told you that I sometimes have to work overtime. If you're hungry, go downstairs and find something to eat. I emphasized again that I said this 2 days ago. But Yaqing had to wait for me to come back every day, and even when it was time to get off work, she would call me again and again to urge me to come back. I was speechless. Because of this incident, the company had to ask for overtime work, and I had to explain it to my colleagues for a long time. Bai Ying and I finished cooking, and after dinner I sent Yaqing back to the bedroom, and then I lay on the sofa to rest. A few days later. I just got home from get off work when I received a notice from the company. There is an urgent issue that requires you to go on a business trip to deal with it. Please prepare and go tomorrow. I will send you the relevant materials later. I also know that when there is an emergency in the company, everyone must keep an eye on it, and no matter who is needed, they must be there at the first time. Okay, boss, I'll book the tickets in a moment. The boss reminded me again on the phone. Be prepared, the questions this time are more difficult, so it will take you a little longer to work there. We can't spare any other personnel to replace you right now, so for the time being you can only come back after you have solved the problem. When I heard that I had to prepare for a long business trip, I replied to the person on the phone. Okay boss, I understand. I'll bring a few more clothes over. Yaqing was sitting on the sofa when she heard that I was going on a business trip. As soon as I hung up the phone, she stood up and grabbed my arm. I won't allow you to leave. I'll be wherever you go. You have to take me with you. I frowned and reminded Yaqing. I'm on a business trip for work, not for travel. If I take you with me, how can I work? Yaqing shook her head. Then I don't care. I won't disturb your work, and I won't go to your office, but I will wait for you where you live. Anyway, you can't dump me. That won't work either. I refused directly. I was going out to work. Even if I really have to bring a relative with me, I would choose to bring Yaqing. How could I possibly take Yaqing with me? When Yaqing heard my refusal, she started crying and then glared at me threateningly. I'm telling you, if you dump me, I won't live either. If you leave tomorrow, I'll die in your house the day after tomorrow. Anyway, you said you would take care of me for the rest of my life. It's only been a few days and you're dumping me. If I'm alone at home, who will take care of me? When I heard this, I complained in my heart, he is not a child anymore, how can someone take care of him every day? But I am really a little afraid. I am really afraid that this woman will really die in my home, and I want to be able to explain it clearly. So I hesitated, not knowing whether I should take this woman with me. And I have another concern. If I leave this woman here, what should I do if she causes trouble again? Seeing that I hesitated, Yaqing continued to threaten me. Can you bear to watch me die like this? If I really die here, even if I turn into a ghost, I will follow you. I will leave a few more suicide notes and tell everyone that it is because you didn't take me with you, it is because you abandoned me, so I abandoned this world. Stop. I made a pause gesture. I didn't want Yaqing to continue talking, so I nodded gently. I can take you with me, right? Hurry up and pack your things, we'll leave tomorrow. After hearing that I agreed, Yaqing did not forget to repeat it again. You promised me, don't go back on your word. If you do, I will do something that will make you regret it. Anyway, I will follow you for the rest of my life. I was speechless, so I nodded and went back to the bedroom to pack my things. After receiving the news from the boss, I simply booked 2 tickets. After I packed my things, I stayed in the bedroom and didn't go out. Instead, I was thinking about how to solve this difficult problem. I was really fed up now. Suddenly I thought of a method that might work, and I began to wonder whether this method was feasible. I sat there thinking about it for an hour. It wasn't until Yaqing pushed the door open that I came to my senses. I finished packing. Is it fast? Yaqing showed off to me with a smile. Chapter 35 The Gossipy Passenger. Do you think I should bring more cosmetics? After all, I don't want to embarrass you when I go out. Yaqing asked for my opinion. I was so disgusted with this woman that I waved my hand casually. It's up to you. Do whatever you like. It's all on your face, not mine. Then I'll take a few more things, and you have to help me carry the bag. Yaqing went back to the bedroom to pack. The next day, Yaqing and I were sitting in the car. Yaqing sat very close to me in the car because the seats we bought were next to each other. I quickly kept my distance, but I remembered Yaqing's reminder that if I made any mistakes, this woman would blame me for the rest of my life. Hey, it's just the two of us now, what are you afraid of? Let's just go out and travel together as a couple. Yaqing even wanted to hug my arm. Who wants to be in a 2-person world with you? We are both divorced. You and I don't have such a close relationship. If you don't want me to change your seat, just be quiet, or I'll really move you to another car. Yaqing became more obedient, but she was still mumbling with dissatisfaction. You can still get off this car. I'll follow you wherever you go. It was a relief that she said this and behaved more honestly. I felt like the other passengers in the car were looking at me strangely. They must be guessing what the relationship between Fu Yaqing and I is. After all, a woman is actively showing her affection to a man, but the man seems to hate this woman. If I saw such a scene, I would definitely be interested in gossiping about it. I even wondered whether this woman was this man's wife, secretary, or lover. But now that this matter has fallen on my head, I just feel like my brain is blank, and there is really no way I can deal with this woman. I don't know whether I should explain this to the passengers who are looking at me. If I stood up and told people this was my ex-wife, I'm afraid some people would think I dumped this woman. If I were to tell you all the things that happened in the past, I'd be afraid of wasting my breath. Whether these people believe it or not is another matter. Whenever Fu Yaqing stood up and said that she didn't remember anything about the past, whatever this man said would be the final word. Perhaps some people will stand from the perspective of the weak and think that I made up a lie. So my best option now is to just shut up. As long as Fu Yaqing doesn't actively get close to me, it'll be fine. But although I thought so, Fu Yaqing didn't think so. After a while, she came over to me on her own initiative. Oh, I'm a little sleepy. Let me rest my head on your shoulder and take a nap. Isn't there a table? Why don't you just lie down on it and take a rest? I put down the small table in front of me. Oh, that table is so hard and cold. It would be very uncomfortable for someone to lie on it. Your arms are soft. Seeing Fu Yaqing approaching me, I quickly stood up. I'm tired of sitting, so I stand up and move around. As soon as I sat down, Fu Yaqing leaned over again. Finally I got tired of it and had to stand up and pee. But the smell in the car bathroom is really bad. I stayed in there for just a few minutes and then I couldn't hold it anymore. I hurried out, but I didn't want to go back to my seat, so I stood in the middle of the car to get some fresh air. Until the bus arrived at the next stop, I could only go back to my seat. Why did you take so long to go to the bathroom? I saw you standing in the middle and didn't come back. What if our things were lost? Fu Yaqing posted again. There's nothing valuable in the suitcase, how could it be lost? And don't get so close to me, it's hot. I hit to the side again. Just when I thought I was going to be in a state of collapse along the way, finally a piece of news came that made me happy. Where are you? I know you've also booked this train. I'm also on a business trip and I'm sitting on this train. When I saw Bai Ying's message, I quickly replied with my carriage and seat number, and Bai Ying came over soon after. What a coincidence. When you said you were on a business trip, I never thought you and I would be in the same car. How did you know I was in this car? Bai Ying laughed. I told you I can tell fortunes, do you believe me? Of course my friend told me. Hurry up and sit down. There aren't many people on this bus. Maybe this seat won't be occupied even at the end. I gave up the seat between me and Fu Yaqing, and Bai Ying happened to be sitting here. Fu Yaqing pouted unconvinced and wanted to switch positions with Bai Ying. How could I allow that? I suffered a lot along the way, and finally the compassionate Guanyin Bodhisattva came to help me. Chapter 36. 2 people become 3 people. Now that Bai Ying is in the car, and with her sitting in the middle as a spacer, I feel a lot more relaxed. Bai Ying and I were chatting. Originally the chat atmosphere was pretty good, but Fu Yaqing always caused trouble. When we get there, shall we go and rest first, or do you want to report to your workplace first? It's already late when we get there, so of course we need to find a place to rest first. I've already booked a place to stay. I replied impatiently. I had just chatted with Bai Ying for a few words when Fu Yaqing started interrupting again. I wonder where this woman gets so much to talk about and why she keeps trying to gain a sense of presence. When we arrived at the place, Bai Ying and I got off the car together, although the place where Bai Ying was handling things was a bit far from where I worked. But she still booked the same hotel as me, and just had to get to work earlier every day. I had just settled down here when Fu Yaqing came to see me again. We've come to a place we've never been to before, would you like to go shopping with me? I had just finished discussing with Bai Ying that we were going shopping when Fu Yaqing came again. I shook my head and said, aren't you tired after sitting in the car for so long? Take a rest first. Fu Yaqing shook her head repeatedly. I'm not tired, I want to go out and play with you. I had no choice but to agree, otherwise this woman would definitely threaten me with suicide. I gave Bai Ying an apologetic smile and said, "Why don't the three of us go out for a walk together?" Bai Ying also knew that if the two of us started to get busy, we might not have time to go out together. Bai Ying agreed and the three of us went out together. When we got to the street, Fu Yaqing saw me chatting with Bai Ying, and she started to make trouble again. Please help me take a picture quickly. The scenery here is so beautiful. I want to leave a souvenir here. I could only take a photo of Fu Yaqing. After taking the photo, Fu Yaqing took out her phone and insisted on taking another selfie with me. She was already hugging my arm, and I had no choice but to bite the bullet and take another selfie with her. After taking the photo, I quickly ran to Bai Ying, but unexpectedly Fu Yaqing came up to me again. "I want to hug your arm here." "If she can hug your arm, I can do it too." Damn it! I cursed in my heart. Bai Ying could only let go of my arm helplessly. I had no choice but to comfort Bai Ying in her ear. "Don't bother with her, I only care about good things for you anyway." Bai Ying nodded after hearing what I said. I don't know if Fu Yaqing heard what I said, but when we got to a beautiful place, Fu Yaqing asked me to take pictures. And he even deliberately acted like he was still intimate with me. Occasionally, when she saw passers-by, she would deliberately ask them to help take a photo of the two of us. Even though I was reluctant, she forced me to take a photo with her, and Bai Ying became a spectator. Some passers-by didn't know what was going on and even praised the product after taking the photo. "You two are truly a match made in heaven, I wish you happiness." At this time, Fu Yaqing would always show off. "Of course, this is their husband I chose." Bai Ying was standing nearby with an unhappy look on her face. Now he became even more jealous after hearing this and glared at me fiercely. As soon as I saw this situation, I immediately knew what I should do. If there is discord in the family, my life will be miserable. I quickly ran over and held Bai Ying's hand. "Don't be angry, those people don't know what's going on, so they're just talking nonsense. I'll find a good spot later to take photos of you, and then how about we take a few photos together?" Bai Ying reluctantly accepted my proposal. But I have to admit that this woman, Fu Yaqing, is really good at making trouble. She didn't care when I took pictures of Bai Ying. But whenever there is a group photo, Fu Yaqing always comes up. As a result, the photo taken by 2 people turned into a photo taken by 3 people. When Fu Yaqing pulled me to take a photo, Bai Ying was angry and refused to come over. In the end, I didn't care whether Fu Yaqing had a grumpy look on her face or not. Since she wanted me to take a photo with her, I definitely wouldn't go. "Hubby, why are you like this?" "I just want to take a photo, what's the matter?" When I heard Fu Yaqing's coquettish tone, I wanted to vomit. I said coldly, "I'm not interested in taking pictures, so just go ahead and take them yourself. It's almost the same as what you took anyway, so don't go too far." I walked in front holding Bai Ying's hand, and continued to comfort her. "I really love you the most. As for other people, they are not as good as your little finger in front of me. Don't worry, I won't betray you. I've been betrayed by others before, and I know how it feels." What I said was meant to be meaningful, and it was meant to praise one and criticize the other. In fact, I just wanted the shameless Fu Yaqing to listen to it. Bai Ying's expression looked a little better, and then she glanced at Fu Yaqing, who was not far away. Maybe it was because this woman made Bai Ying feel a sense of crisis, so she asked me, "When are we going to get married?" "I want to marry you as soon as possible." Chapter 37. Crying is useless. This way, even if we finalize our status, I can still notify relatives and friends to attend our wedding. Bai Ying smiled and made plans with me. Of course I know what Bai Ying is worried about, and I also want to start a family with her as soon as possible. "Whenever you want, I'll do whatever you want." The answer I gave made Bai Ying very satisfied. I have to say, sometimes my emotional intelligence is still online. Of course, I really like Bai Ying's personality, so I can't wait. Fu Yaqing heard what Bai Ying and I said and came up immediately. "What did you say? You two want to get married, I absolutely won't allow it. You are my man, how can you marry someone else?" Before I could open my mouth to refute, Bai Ying looked at Fu Yaqing sarcastically. "You two have already divorced, and it was you who initiated the divorce." Fu Yaqing showed her arrogant and unreasonable look. "I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care what you say. Anyway, I don't remember those things. I only know that he is my man." Fu Yaqing forcefully held my arm and asked, "Do you not want me anymore? Are you going to abandon me again?" Don't be silly. I said I would take you in, and temporarily. I didn't say I wouldn't get married because of you. I might as well expose all of this. I don't believe that this woman would commit suicide again on the street. If that is true, then everyone can prove to me that this woman's death has nothing to do with me, as long as she didn't die in my home. Fu Yaqing cried, "How can you be so cruel? I have been treating you well with all my heart, and now you want to abandon me." When I heard Fu Yaqing's words, a mocking expression appeared on my face. This woman dared to say that she was devoted to me. After we get married, I would be satisfied if she could spend half the time she spends on me as she does on her best friend. If he could spend 1/10 of the time he spends traveling with me, I would be satisfied. But even so, I can still tolerate this woman. Now that this woman has a problem, I have done the best I can by doing this. If it were another man, he would not only ignore the woman, but would even want to set off firecrackers to celebrate. I don't care whether you have lost your memory or not. Anyway, I know how you treated me before. I am a kind person now that I can treat you like this. I don't care if you cry or make a fuss, it's useless. I won't let you affect my own life. Bai Ying also followed me and echoed what I said. Now this woman has affected your life, you have indeed done enough. Fu Yaqing was so angry that she hugged my other arm. I don't care what you say, you can't dump me anyway. I was no longer interested in shopping, so I shook off Fu Yaqing and walked back with Bai Ying. Fu Yaqing followed behind angrily. Our original mood for shopping was ruined by this woman. Although Bai Ying knew what I was thinking, she still couldn't help getting angry. I am particularly worried that this woman will sabotage our marriage. With her current condition, what are we going to do when we get married? Will it turn into a farce? If this really turns into a farce, I'll become a joke in front of my relatives and friends. You have to find a solution quickly. I saw Bai Ying's worried look, so I whispered 3 words into her ear. Nursing home. I quietly pointed in the direction of Fu Yaqing again. Bai Ying's eyes lit up and she nodded gently to me. In fact, the solution I had been thinking about at home was to send Fu Yaqing to a nursing home regardless of whether she had lost her memory or not. Then it won't affect my life. Once we get the person there, we can get married. I was telling Bai Ying that this day is not far away, and I am really trying to find a solution. There was a hint of excitement in Bai Ying's eyes, and even the corners of her mouth curled up. Obviously, she was also imagining that after sending this woman away, the two of us could start a sweet life. Fu Yaqing followed us angrily without saying a word. If she had been thinking about how to provoke or stick to me when I came out, now she has become a punching bag. I would rather see her quiet. At least no matter how angry she is, as long as she doesn't disturb me, it's fine. After we got back, we just found a place to eat. After dinner, Fu Yaqing wanted to come to my room and chat with me, but I was not interested. So I just rushed her back to her room and fell on the bed. Bai Ying didn't come to my room to chat with me. Chapter 38, Parting on Good Terms. Bai Ying was afraid that Fu Yaqing would cause trouble, so she only sent me the message. When do you plan to send Fu Yaqing to the nursing home? I quickly replied, of course the sooner the better, but I haven't chosen a suitable place yet. I will choose a place after I finish my work in the next 2 days. If possible, send Fu Yaqing to a place a little further away from our home so that she won't disturb us. When I saw Bai Ying's suggestion, I replied with a like emoticon with a smile. Bai Ying then sent me another message. What if something happens to her in the nursing home? I have thought about this question, and I replied with a message without hesitation. There are 24-hour surveillance cameras and people taking care of her. If she really wants to kill herself, there's nothing we can do. I am telling the truth. I can't let Fu Yaqing die in my home. Not only is it unlucky, but it will also put pressure on me. I can't let Fu Yaqing die in front of me. This not only brings me pressure, but also makes me feel guilty. Although this woman's life or death has nothing to do with me, we are still husband and wife after all. If my child mentions this in the future, I really don't know how to explain it. But if I send Fu Yaqing to a place, and I have done everything I should do, and this woman still wants to die, then it has nothing to do with me. After all, there is an old saying that goes, good advice cannot persuade a damned ghost. I also want to have my own life and my own family. If I have to fight for the rest of my life because of Fu Yaqing, remain single or suffer the bullying of this woman, then I will not make such a choice. Even if Fu Yaqing really died one day, when people outside talk about this matter, they will think that I did nothing wrong, and that is enough. The next day, I left Fu Yaqing in the room and went to report to work. The business team of the other company is already waiting for me here. I am mainly responsible for overall planning and progress tracking. If technical support is needed, I will rely on my own abilities to overcome difficulties. I spent one day to complete the overall plan. This plan should be able to meet your needs in solving the problem. I will follow up every 3 days. I told them what I could do and how to cooperate with them, and the other company's business team was very grateful for my help. Because if I don't provide an overall plan, their project will be suspended. Don't be polite with me. This is my job. If you need anything, feel free to call me and I'll come and help you solve it at any time. I was polite to them because my job wasn't to guard here. Rather, they have encountered difficulties in their progress, and I need to provide guidance based on the actual situation. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. If there's anything else, send me a message anytime. I exchanged a few words with them and then left the workplace. As soon as I returned to the residence, Fu Yaqing ran to my room. If you want to eat, go by yourself. I have to wait until Bai Ying comes back before I can go. Otherwise, you can wait together. I said it unhappily, and Fu Yaqing indeed didn't lose her temper like before. Instead, he looked at me calmly, which made me feel very surprised. Could it be that this woman has realized how annoying her past actions were, so she is ready to turn over a new leaf today? Which god could make this woman change her evil ways? It must be Guanyin, the goddess of mercy. I was just thinking about it when Fu Yaqing stared at me seriously and then told me a piece of news that really made me feel like God had come to me. I know I was wrong before. Since there is no love between us anymore, it's useless even if I try to help. I think we are husband and wife after all, so we should part ways amicably. I haven't cooked for you in all these years. It just so happens that we can cook here, and I bought some ingredients for cooking. Just tell me what you want to do. I interrupted Fu Yaqing, and I had a vague premonition in my heart that Fu Yaqing seemed more comfortable today than usual. Fu Yaqing showed a bitter smile on her face. Maybe it's because he knows that it's impossible for us to be together, or maybe it's because he realized that even if we were chatting together, I would become impatient. That's why I interrupted her. Fu Yaqing is explaining to me. My meaning is very simple. I want to cook a meal for you, a meal for just the two of us. After the meal, we will go our separate ways. I will leave you quietly. But if I want to see my daughter, you can't stop me. You have to help me persuade my daughter to accept me as much as possible. I will make up for what happened in the past. After hearing what Fu Yaqing said, I think I can accept this proposal. Chapter 39, Drugged. Fu Yaqing has hurt the child deeply, but she is still the child's mother after all. Therefore, I cannot stop her from seeing the child for both moral and logical reasons. If the relationship between Fu Yaqing and the child could be repaired, it might be more helpful for the child's growth. I can conclude that Bai Ying will be very good to the child. If Fu Yaqing is also very good to the child, it means that the child has the love of two mothers at the same time. This is a happy thing for a child. If Fu Yaqing really repents, she will surely take good care of the child. But I was afraid that this woman would cause trouble, so I asked again. Do you really think so? Are you trying to play some tricks again? In fact, I am really a little scared of this woman. Fu Yaqing shook her head gently and sighed. Look at the impression I have left on you. Do you think there is any point for me to stay with you? I do still like you, and I want to remarry you, but you will definitely not agree. I nodded without hesitation. The woman I care about now is Bai Ying. Hearing what I said, Fu Yaqing showed an even more bitter smile on her face and shook her head in disappointment. I knew this would be the result, so there's no point in me trying any further. I'll go cook dinner now, and we can talk while we eat. It'll be a good way to part ways amicably. If I had just thought that this woman was so willful and insidious. Now I feel that it is a relief for this woman to have come to her senses. Originally, Fu Yaqing didn't know how to cook, so the things she bought were things that could be eaten after heating. She simply mixed a cold dish and stir-fried 2 green vegetables, then served everything. She also brought up 2 bottles of wine. We drank a cup of wine together on our wedding day. Now that we are separating, we also have to drink a glass of wine. Fu Yaqing poured me a cup and then poured herself another. I can do whatever I can to make Fu Yaqing leave me now. So I didn't say anything to ruin the atmosphere, but just spoke my thoughts with a calm expression. I hope you can find the right person in the future, and don't think about scheming or looking for some young hunk anymore. As long as you can live a peaceful life, that's happiness. Always thinking about unrealistic things will only make you more and more miserable. I know who Fu Yaqing is, and that's why she has been traveling all these years. Because I feel that it is not as good at home as outside. The reason why she always thinks about the good days is because of her laziness and greed for money. Although I don't know whether he will reform himself, I still have to say what I should say. I also hope that you can treat our child well. Of course, I believe that you can treat our child well, too. My body is in this condition now. This child is our only child, and also my only child. When I heard Fu Yaqing's words, I thought her maternal kindness was activated, so she said that. Fu Yaqing and I drank and chatted and quickly finished a bottle of beer. Fu Yaqing opened the second bottle and poured me another glass. She raised the remaining wine in her glass and said to me, "I have done so many wrong things, I hope you can forgive me." I drank the wine in one gulp. The past is the past, I hope we can all have a bright future. I don't want to talk about the past anymore. I was about to say something else when I suddenly felt dizzy and all my strength disappeared. I stared at Fu Yaqing and suddenly realized something. I raised my hand and was about to point at Fu Yaqing, but I didn't even have the strength to do that and I fell into a semi-coma. I am now in a state where my eyes are slightly squinted, but I have no strength at all. And I felt waves of dizziness that kept lingering around me. Fu Yaqing walked up to me with a smile on her face. "I don't believe you can escape from my grasp. There is no man I cannot get." Fu Yaqing pulled me directly to the bed. She took off my clothes, then took off her own clothes, and kept taking pictures with her cell phone. After half covering the quilt again, she took a short video. "Hey, wasn't that woman very tolerant of you before? Let me see how this woman can tolerate you this time." Fu Yaqing gave me a smile of success, then patted my face gently. Fu Yaqing sent the photos she had just taken directly to Bai Ying. After sending the photos, she sent another message to Bai Ying. "See? This man is mine, and as he has already forgiven me. Who do you think you are?" Seeing that Bai Ying didn't respond for a long time, Fu Yaqing sent 2 more messages to deliberately provoke Bai Ying.